Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Disney Dungeons and Dragons. I am your Dungeon Master, as always, August Schmidt, and with me now, unlike our other two campaigns, is a new set of adventurers. Say hello, everybody!
Hello, everybody!
Hi.
Welcome!
I exist.
I invite you all to a strange land. A land of magic and monsters, of princess and kings. Looking at the map, for those on stream you can see, and those I've sent you, the map of Dizania is a sprawling world. High mountains in the east, deserts to the west, the cold lands with impressive elven wall to keep out the Huns to the north, and the kingdoms of Sumani and Bayous to the south. Kingdoms and peoples, elves, orcs, goblin, dwarf, human, genasi, all exist in this world in one way or another, as this world lives in balance, magic, and even martial fighting. This is a world where currently has always been in turmoil, but for the last few millennia has been known in what we call the Age of Order, or an age where, following long ago, where we first started recording properly history, the dark, chaotic gods were sealed away, and civilization, people, and culture was able to form. After so many years, of course, though, there was still turmoil. Kingdoms would fight, powers would argue and vie for control, and almost a century ago, a ruling class man known as Mufasa of the Tabaxi was able to unite many of these kingdoms into the country now known as Magencia, claiming this not only through that right of rule but also through the People's Agreement into what we now know as the Sovereign Regent. Mufasa helped in leading the way and paving forward the Council of Princess, who then helped rule in this world. And though, due to his unfortunate passing a few years ago, the lands are now ruled by Arthur, the Sovereign Regent, by people, vote, and magic. And the world has seen, while crazy, there have been apocalyptic scenarios where enchantresses that can turn to dragons riled armies of the undead. Hyena and Noel roamed the land seeking for death and glory. Plague gripped major cities of Dizania as mind flayers crafted their spells. That's life. And through the efforts of the King's Chosen Order of the Imagineer, high-ranking class, peace was once again brought to the world. And it has been a wonderful 2 years of peace. I invite you all now, this is the 30th day of Arthurian, or what we call the last month, as has just been ratified by the Council of Princess. We see Magencia in a grand display of excitement, because tomorrow marks the first year of 9261. It is the first year where the calendar has been ratified, the times have been set, pay has been completely unified throughout the land, and every kingdom is, in one way or another, excited for this new year. We are going to now cut to one of you, which we will see in a moment. As we come into Magencia, we push through where we see the capital city. We see Petrum Superbia, the Grand Castle, rising as a kingdom in of itself, and the city that sprawls outward circularly. Going down these alleys, seeing the buildings, the shops, the businesses, people's lives and livelihoods, we do come upon, though, a small bar. With this being the 30th day, a grand excitement coming through the lands, it is only natural that everywhere is full. So this is not where maybe some of the better bars would be, but as we come upon the Snuggly Duckling of 35th Avenue, the Snuggly Duckling being the most widest known branch of bar that exists in the world. Hats off to our players way back 2 years ago who made that happen. The Snuggly Duckling has grown and evolved, and this is one of the outshoots that exists.
McDonald's too.
It really is. If you want to go somewhere for a room, food, and good time, you go to the Snuggly Ducklings. And there's many different facets, but this is the Snuggly Duckling of 35th, as this is talking about the 35th ring out of Magencia. This is actually in more the southwest corner and quadrant of the city. We see, again, a raucous inn, as people are already drinking, dancing, and having a great time. It is about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening already. It's been a wild day where there's been festival excitement. But we come upon one of these stranger denizens of the city, where, off to the side, in a rather interesting state, Shane, go ahead, introduce your character, everyone. Maybe what you look like or what you'd be doing at this time.
So, a good description for my character. You see this green Skittle? If you put an eye right in the middle and two gangly arms and two gangly legs on the edge of it, you get Mike Wazowski, and that's...
Don't forget horns.
Oh, yeah. He's got two
little horns.
Two little horns.
Excellent.
That would be me.
Yes. Mike Wazowski playing a bard of eloquence, making
yes.
sure.
That's a good one.
You have... it's been a wild day, but it has been strange times for you recently. I will say this is maybe one of the places you have found decent enough board and lodging, but it's been hard, especially when you don't have the currency.
Yeah.
Whereas everything's been like ratified, unified in terms of currency, there is still means of finding work, and this has been maybe one of the stranger sabbaticals you've been on in the last while. As you're looking around this bar, go ahead and make me a perception check. First roll of the campaign here.
Yeah, oh no.
Woo.
Well,
Never good sign.
it's not the worst,
It's not the worst, okay.
but it's an 11.
A what?
11.
11.
It's not
That's
terrible.
not bad.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's
rolled a
pretty
five.
good. It's
I
pretty
rolled a
good.
five.
Pretty good.
As you're looking around, it's interesting.
Big eye.
What normally, thankfully, it's been something where it's like you're not like immediately like a sore thumb, because there are some interesting characters all around. There are people that look like animals. There are like humans and goblins and dwarf. And so for most of the people here in Dizania, and especially here in Magencia, this is life. Like, okay, why not? There's this green little dude that walks around. Oh, are you a goblin with one eye? No. Like, it hasn't been
Goblin
terribly...
Cyclops, baby?
It hasn't been tough to, like, people aren't gonna, like, walk up to you and be like, well, what are you? Because this seems normal here.
Everybody's weird.
But in looking around, though, I will say there are some stuff catching your eye, as it's been an interesting day. There's been a lot going on, and we're actually going to make just a quick investigation check. See if you found any further, we'll call it leads and money. Like, because there's some stuff maybe you're trying to accomplish right now. That we'll find out, of course, later, but...
I need to baptize this dice because I rolled a 5 and then a 6. So maybe I'll work my way up, but
You need a lucky
I,
dice. Lucky number 7.
I
Let's
got
have it. Let's have it.
8 total.
8 total. It's been hard. I mean, it's been a festival day, but even at that, no one's wanted help. I mean, most of the shops had already been set up. Most of the people are already, like, ingrained in their lives and duties. So, no, there hasn't been much. I'll say, like, you made a random copper piece from, like, hey, can I help you carry this bag? And this dude kind of flicked it without even really, like, knowing what to do. Like, here. So...
Did I have to help him carry the bag?
You didn't. That's kind of the best part. Is just like it was such a crazy, but that's all you really got. As you're looking around this bar, though, the strange citizens of this land, we actually are going to cut to outside the bar, where we see some figures riding through the streets. Having come from Sumani, in an interesting, it is a first time you can go out and have fun. It's been a lot, rebuilding, especially after a lot of the plagues and whatnot that have been going through Sumai. But you guys are free to have fun, and it's a festival day. Coming in, though, much later at night, though, I will say in this southwest quadrant, go ahead, introduce your characters how you would like to.
So, coming down the road, riding a horseback on this tall, pure white warhorse with a gray mane, you see a man with shoulder-length blonde hair, a little soul patch goatee, big bulky dude in golden armor, with a shield on his back and a sword at his side, wearing this big blue cape. Just helmet under his arm as he's riding along, and sitting on the horse behind him,
you see a sort of darker skinned, jet black hair, kind of tied back with a headband, beautiful young woman, sort of like barmaid, almost like clothes, but a couple bangles. You see, she's got a knife and a rapier strapped to one side, and a nice pair
never
of
be too
boots.
careful.
Nice pair of boots. As we see coming through, and for those, a human fighter and a genasi rogue coming through. An interesting sight, but you guys are seeing the city in its full splendor. There are children running through the streets with lanterns and banners. There are teenagers who have gotten some of those fireworks spell scrolls that are lighting off, and you even see, though, of course, as you ride, you would probably notice better, Phoebus, the civil servants of Magentia, as they kind of going everywhere,
as they pass.
right? As you understand the working class and that ideal. But it has been a long day of riding. There's not a lot in terms of, say, between Sumani and Magentia. It's kind of just big old road just going up. And so it's been a while, and you guys do need at least a place to stay the night. I mean, the festival is still going to continue tomorrow. There's still a lot going on. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sort of reaches down. You smell that, Achilles? Smells like grain for you and ale for me.
Achilles is having a great time. But as you guys see, go ahead. You can both make me an investigation check to start looking around for some places to go.
What?
Ooh!
No, Phoebus. From Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Phoebus and Esmeralda, yes, from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I got an 11.
I love those
You
numbers.
said investigation?
Investigation, because it's a
That is
No,
a
there
16.
are
that's Jones.
16. Coming into the everything is immediately seen full. You see a lot of signs are being put in front of bars and inns and taverns of just full, no vacancy, just because it's that hey, everyone came into town all at once. But you are able to see coming up, as you've found in Sumani, a local place known as the Snuggly Duckling that is up above that seems to have place for horses in the back, and also for a variety of other amenities like rooms or food.
See, now here's a good place. We should watch here.
All right. Definitely looks good to me.
Looks great.
Just pulls up.
As you pull up,
the horse's ears.
you are able to come. It's easy enough. The alleyways are a good 10, 15, so it's not hard to lead Achilles around back, where you kind of lash him with some of the crates with some of the other horses.
Achilles, sit.
You see full sits on his hind legs.
How did you
Good boy.
teach him to do that?
10 years of war does stuff.
10 years. And as you come in, the bartender, more portly man, you see maybe a little half-orcish blood as what seems to be some tusk bottom lip, but still very amiable, comes out just, right, welcome to my tavern. Are you staying the night? 2 persons, 1 room?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. That will be, let's see, meal, drink?
Yes.
Yes, please.
For the horse as well?
Absolutely.
Right, let's round it all together. That'll be just flat 2 gold for everything.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
I'll pay for one, you pay for the other.
I got them both. I got the purse.
Alright.
That's fair. Toss a coin in. And you actually see he's able to not only... There is a larger stable down at the end of the road where this alleyway kind of, like, breaks off. There's, like, a place where, like, maybe a lot of taverns can keep horses. So Achilles will be here for a few moments, but you can assume, like, eventually he'll be put into, like, an actual, like,
Nice
roof
stable.
place.
The horse bar.
The horse bar. And as you guys come in, you're greeted with wonderful smells. Of course, there's that classic, like, pork and gristle kind of like vibe of a bar. There is that smell of sweeter meat and ale, as again most bars have broken out their finest for the evening. As you guys come in though to the bar, you guys see a lot of these citizens. There's a larger group. There are still though plenty of tables, thankfully, to try to sit in at this point. And so it's not hard to find a place with 2 chairs to sit down, and your food will be brought to you.
Sweet.
And as you guys are sitting down, you brush past another couple of interesting people that have just entered. Phoebus, brushing by this larger person who is carrying something in his hands, I will say, brushing off a lot of leaf and vine, having come from those bayou-ish areas, and like
they have an enormous hunchback.
And so, a half a second of like, what? But you could go ahead if you want to choose to go first, and then we'll go to you.
On a double take, however, you realize this is a very large-beaked bipedal pelican. No wings. Instead, they seem to have feathered hands with feathers for fingers, of all things. He's clearly been in the wilderness for quite some time. And he has a very shaken look about him. Underneath, he's wearing like discarded pilot clothing. So the aviator's vest, as well as a helmet with old retired pilot's goggles.
All right.
And underneath, as you notice that he just has a backpack that he decided to keep underneath his jacket, and there are repeated scratches on the back of his jacket as well. As you look under, though, I am holding a Ziploc bag with
A Ziploc bag that holds a very small clownfish that is covered in blackish purplish tattoos. And
Fish.
on his eyes, you can definitely tell that there is a lot of years of anguish, sadness, and woe within his eyes.
The fish has.
You have
seen
never.
it.
You first glance at him, you think that he's never felt happiness in a very long time.
I sort of like tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me, sir. First of all, you're the largest Aarakocra I've ever seen in my life. Would you like a drink today?
Marvin, I'm gonna need your help. What's an Aarakocra?
Watch back. I don't trust these guys. I really don't I really.
You guys
really
just
don't
see
think
like a
they're
man
gonna-
whispering to the fish.
Is that a fish?
It's Marvin.
My name.
I love this so much.
Well, if you're in distress,
And Mike, you
I
see,
can
because this
help.
group has just
Oh.
like collided in
Just
terms of like in
trying
the
to
bar.
ask the bartender for directions, and we'll be on our way.
Are
they
yes,
doing
that's
this
right.
over
We're
me?
looking for directions.
Yes, this is
Where
like
would you like to go?
you guys are awkwardly sitting
Not
over
him.
this like smaller green dude.
Yeah, you're like over me. I'm
Like-
just like.
Launchpad.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience.
At one point, the bartender comes over. You see, he has like plates of food for you two. As
Thank
just
you.
bought. Just right, sirs, masters. What can I do for you? Food for your fish?
Oh, we are looking for directions for a fish. I mean, for us.
Directions for us and a fish, or for you?
For us and a fish.
What kind of?
Ask him if there is anything about magic around here.
And we're
Deep
also
magic, deep ocean magic.
we're looking for a deep ocean magic path.
You see, this bartender takes like a. You're looking for a deep ocean magic in the most landlocked country. We do have river ports around the city, but
I'll take one of those.
but that's not ocean. That is a river.
Marvin,
I just bury my hands into my fins.
Looks like a fin just
People
pop
on
up
pizza
like
boats.
this. Your hands into your.
If you give it, you youngster, Mike, the bartender does you. So, would you be needing any food, drink this evening?
You got anything slimy, grimy, or grungy?
Yes, we keep the best for most of our goblin friends.
Sure.
Yes.
Whatever
Yes.
Coming right up. Let me think about that.
How big is this table?
This is a pretty wide. This is like a 6-foot table. There's like a couple
There's
chairs.
just a
Okay,
tiny
I
little
like sit. You need to rest for a moment, sir. Sounding how delirious you sound.
Oh, yes.
Take a seat.
Did that fish just talk?
Someone to us.
Nice.
We sit down. I
yeah,
put my
fish
plates of
talks,
food
yeah.
down.
Yeah. I'm
As you
crazy.
guys sit down, more patrons are starting to come in and out of the bar. And we're actually going to move over to a different patron walking up the road. Upon walking, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? You see a man walking up. There is a small note in your hand. This is a bit of a quote-unquote job that you've done before in terms of spell components, let's say. But Ian, go ahead and introduce people as you're walking up to this bar.
Well, just a little silent conversation to say to myself. Well, it's near the party. Knowing Jack, he'll come for the party. And knowing Jack, he'll come for the food.
This note, this is actually something that was delivered to you through maybe less than legal means, but it's basically an ingredient list asking for a bit of liver and kidney,
I feel
which
like I
you
already have it in a container.
you've already done that work, and so it's like, hey, and they've given you a location to the Snuggly Duckling at the 35th to be able to pick up these ingredients.
That is effective. I enter the tavern, and in so you see a slightly older human man around his early 40s, mid 30s, with a scraggly brown beard and longer hair, wearing a very fancy hat with a nice feather in it to boot. Rapier by his side. What appears to be, you can't really discern whether it's a wand or a flintlock.
I would say probably Phoebus, you would know because, like, having seen these more soldiers of fortune down by Sumani Port.
Oh no!
This is
we might have history.
this is a bit of like a, oh, he's got a gun, but it's again like it's a bar.
Yeah.
So
is
it's
this something I would also know?
Launchpad. You've probably started to see firearms, but again, like probably like the actual mechanics of it are very confusing.
It's boring.
Full
They're
trigger makes
they're a
different
very interesting magic wand that fires off very small magic missiles.
It's literally just Eldritch Blast reflavored.
I know, yeah. A reflavor.
I'm a human fighter with a dip in warlock because, well,
Why not?
I'm dead.
And as you enter, both of you roll me Arcana checks, Barbosa and Marlon.
The two
very
warlock.
different
Well,
warlocks.
both dealing with Arcana. You said
Arcana.
that is a 14 for me.
And that is a 21 from me.
What?
21.
The fish pond. The
As
human.
Barbosa, you walk in because it's all right. You get an immediate vibe. You look at this Eric Cochran, no, and then look down and get a ping.
Ziploc
That
bag.
internal like
Pulls out a
dark.
shake.
Marlon, you sense darker magic coming off of this gentleman. That is just entered.
What's that?
Fish is talking again.
We have to leave right now.
So
What does
did
that
you like
thing?
do the little twirl with the gun?
Yeah, just
What's he
that?
just stands
Just
up.
pay no mind. We'll just have to
Just
be
like-
on our way.
I'm terribly sorry.
Okay,
Excuse me, good sir.
I stand up
And whatever you do, do not make any contact
leave the
with
fish on
that
the
man
table?
over there.
I fall over, unconscious.
So I just
Both of you are on the floor. Thankfully, doesn't spill the bag, but you're just that.
Oh, I thought you left the fish on the table. I was about to snatch the fish.
You can like help hold up the bag though, because I mean, you
Um,
just start awkwardly rolling
Can I-
across the floor.
Can I help you, fishy?
pardon me, good gentlemen, but what? is that?
What?
Oh,
What is
he's
that?
pointing. You're pointing at me now because I'm holding.
Yeah,
the
fish. Be that.
It's
The
a fish.
fish?
Yes.
Honestly, I couldn't answer that. I'm trying to divine the answer myself. But,
I-
sir, there shouldn't be need for any hostility in
It's
this
a tattooed
snuggly
fish.
duckling.
Very well.
Do I know
Please,
what
have a seat.
is?
Enough.
Well, I
Like,
joined for a
you've
seat.
probably never seen one in real life,
But
so
I've
this
probably deduced through this conversation that that is a fish.
that is a fish. Launchpad. After a moment, the bartender comes over, actually helps pull Launchpad up, just like, oh, you've been drinking tonight, my friend.
Fish can talk.
Wait,
I'm
have
sorry.
they
Not-
been,
not
I've
all
been
fish
trying to
can talk.
whisper this whole time. Have they been able to hear me?
It's more like you're not sure if Launchpad. I will say with Launchpad passing out, the whispers are obviously then coming from the fish.
Hey.
You guys at first maybe was like, is this thing talking to the fish? Because it sounds like he's having a conversation with himself. Like, oh, someone's just whispering to a fish, and you just hear, and you're like, oh, he's talking to a fish, and then just saying things.
So the fish can talk.
I think
Can
so.
it?
Can you talk?
Ah!
It
Hello.
Can. It can.
Hey.
It's a talking fish.
And as you are all having this strange interaction from a darker corner of the bar, and I'll actually, at this point, let's throw it on up. A stranger pointed-ear gentleman sits in the very obvious shadowy corner.
It looks so cool.
I found great artwork for some of you.
Oh my
It's
god.
It's
Yeah, that
you
is a
guys.
beautiful
Um,
one for Launchpad, I will admit.
Go ahead and introduce yourself though, because as you're in here, what's kind of up and like, because you're seeing all this, so go ahead and introduce yourself, what you look like.
Yeah, so my name is Nick. I'm sitting here waiting for these idiots to get drunk. It's been a long night. There's a weird ball that just came in, and there's a talking fish. I don't think this is probably gonna be the easiest snag of my life.
You're looking at this Eric Cocker and you're like, score.
Done.
Like, oh man,
Let's-
that's my next paycheck.
Next one. Next paycheck.
Because I will say,
Name
it is also like, you got, as fast as you make the money, there's always money going through,
For
especially
sure.
people you know. So it's that like, you gotta make sure you have a paycheck.
I have food, but I definitely didn't pay for it with my own money.
Yes. Oh yeah, like,
I've learned that stealing a person's entire wallet causes issues. I just gotta steal like one coin. I'm like, this is food, you know?
hey, a gold coin can buy you a night's worth of
It can
like,
Buy you elephant ice cream.
right?
It can.
It's
I have
great.
found that. That's one of my favorites. I definitely
And
tried
unsanitary
to
work
would move
Okay, so
to a
cows
different
still exist in this
table,
world,
just
so you
hidden
don't
in
know,
plain
right?
sight kind of thing.
Where's this?
I have a more.
Mammals are the only thing.
Tonight I'm wearing a
Almond milk,
Almond
margaritas,
milk.
or soy milk. Those are actually
Oh,
pretty
wait,
good.
hold on, sorry, there's too much.
Oh, you're good. So green button up. Yeah.
Right now I'm wearing a green button up with a red and blue striped shirt and then gray, tie and then gray jeans. I'm more on the yellowish reddish side. So in a yellowish reddish room, you kind of just glance right over me in a sense.
It's really easy when every bar has the quick wood throw on paint. It's
Right,
nice to
right.
not be seen. And you can easily slip in then close enough where, like, there's this one other dude in the corner down here who's just kind of like nursing a bottle, just having a night.
I stole from him.
Right, you've already made your round here. But this is like this is where I can really make money this evening.
I definitely I try to get people that would do drugs and also have a lot of money. So I'm looking at the
Yes.
pirate, I'm looking at the man with the girl,
Boom,
and I'm
the
looking
mutual
at
soup I have.
the
Cat.
ball as well as I'm looking at
Ball.
all
I
these
mean-
idiots.
My debt is in souls.
I don't
Cool.
have anything.
As you guys are seeing, there's a lot of conversation immediately happening, of course, as not long after like talking, the bartenders come and he's like doing a quick like drink order because you guys have your stuff.
Water.
Getting
I
like,
don't drink.
oh, Good to know. So
That
yeah,
boy
so
hurt.
water from there. Like just getting quick, like whether
It dulls
like
the senses. I don't
mead.
like it.
Basically, he's got meads, ales, beer, or wine.
Do you want anything, fish?
No thanks.
This woman is wonderful at guilt tripping people. I will take a water as well.
See the bartender. 2 waters. Anyone else? Any
Make
drinks?
it 3 waters.
I'll
I'm
ju-
unconscious.
Sorry.
3. Boom. Back out.
Probably a water for the man on the ground.
3 waters.
A lot of water for the man on
A
the
drink for the man who will die. Do you have rum?
Yes, I've got some rum. Good.
Aren't you already
Silver
drunk?
piece for some rum there.
No, not here.
And you, my
those
friend,
are-
you
Yes,
see he has come back out. He has a plate of like moldier like bread, but it looks perfectly molded. So like there's maggots and stuff in it, but it looks like, oh yes, because it's for creatures and persons that like, oh yeah, like a grub on bread. That's like a decent meal. Brings up, yes, my good sir. And would you like anything to drink with this?
Water.
Did he bring out like any meats or anything that were like greasy on like their
Um,
plates?
Oh, on their plates, yes. I'll say, because you guys, it's like there's enough of like a simple like greasier roast that's like that. Hey, this is what I cooked tonight, like a pork roast.
Yeah.
So can I like?
Esmeralda's kind of like scooting half of it. Like she ate half of it, but she's not really into it. So.
It's bar food. It's not great right now.
So I kind of want to just like look at like the meat, and I'm like, what's on the meat? Like the
Do
slimy
you
stuff.
want to try it?
The
Oh.
fat
No,
and gristle,
the liquid kind of stuff.
Just try it.
grease.
Yeah, can I have that?
You want the grease from
Yeah.
a bowl?
A Solu lives fast and
Drink.
dies young.
Oh.
Coming right up.
Another Solu
Sir?
I have a
lives
question.
fast
How
and dies
long will
young.
it take for him to get the water?
Oh, you already can tell he's looking like Vika's like, really? Everyone's ordering water like tonight. I want to make him. It's gonna take him like maybe a minute because it's just filling up some
Here.
water coming.
Try it
Yeah.
before you drink.
Oh yeah,
it.
no one's drinking, right?
Basically the only
One
person.
person.
One person ordered a
The
rum.
man will die.
Did you get water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said this woman is good at guilt tripping me.
So it's just a bunch of water.
Okay. Would I be able
I have
to
someone speak for me.
Wait, you like
swipe
it?
someone's
It's better as
booze
it is.
and take it over?
I did wake
Oh.
up. Well, why don't you?
Definitely.
Yeah, great, though.
Out of the other patrons, yeah, you can make a quick sleight of hand because there's like another group at this bigger table that was already here when
That's-
everyone
I
came.
would
in.
go
So
the
which
biggest table
patron
with
is
the
now
most
the
drinks.
worrying question?
Yeah, so it's like
Nobody's
coming over
taking my
here,
rum.
swiping,
If
like
we learn
maybe
from my first
'cause
date,
they're already
you
getting
don't take a
buzzed.
I'm gonna try and grab 2, one in each hand.
Oh,
Gotcha.
just try
I
the
want
glass of
one to
rum
be
I
a
was given
water
towards
and
you.
then one to be rums.
Gotcha. Make a sleight of hand, definitely.
Okay, so I got a 11.
Oh, dang.
11.
Ooh, expertise.
You are able to grab the water easily because it's on the edge. In going for the drink, you do see that the group of people here, this gnome woman sitting like on the very corner, she's just like, right, are you?
Did you need a
Excuse me?
refill?
Oh, are you a worker here?
Yes,
thought
I
you were a
am.
patron. Yes, of course.
I'm new, sorry about that.
Go for it.
Hey.
Yes, I would love a refill as soon as you can.
I'll be right back.
I'll give that. Yeah, that's
I-
pretty smart.
I turn back around, I go straight over this table. I'm like, alright, so here are the first 2 drinks, 2 waters, and I go to you guys. I hand the beer to him, and I hand the water to you, and I
He
say,
didn't order beer.
you don't see it.
He's trying to
here's
just-
the 2 waters.
You can give me a stealth to try to get him a
Alright,
beer.
It's gonna be difficult.
I think this is wild. Give me a stealth,
it?
and then this is gonna
Wild?
be your perception, Esmeralda.
Holiday.
Just to like something. I like it. Let's go for it.
Okay, so this one was 12.
12.
I have a
Esmer,
passive perception of 13.
13.
Fuck!
You
Was
immediately
it
like.
stealth or what?
It was a stealth because you're trying to like stealth it in to like just slip it before she notices.
Okay, hold on. Give me
Um,
let me make sure that I'm.
That's
Did you want stealth? Okay, stealth is actually 9.
Stealth is
Yeah,
not.
no.
So you're very much.
I rolled a
You
3
look
and a
over.
4.
This dude's giving Phoebus a full.
Yeah,
thing.
I put
Grab the
confident.
tank.
I like
in
reach
there.
for it and I'm like,
It's beer.
Well, he ordered one, right? A real man needs his drink.
You ordered water.
Phoebus is
All
just
right.
like uncomfortably sitting there straight back in the
I
chair,
go-
very disappointed.
This is fine, actually. This works out better for me.
I'm just looking at all of this
I scoot
happen.
over. I
Yeah,
say,
you're
I
just
didn't
on
have
there
any
like,
"Help
all
us
right.
tonight."
I'm actually going to see that my good old comrade is
Perhaps.
out cold, so I'm gonna try to fend it out for myself. So I'm gonna, push through the bag, leave out of her clutches, and try to like fall off the table.
It's like not even like hard where anyone could just like push you back on.
Yeah, I'm like, we're just like
So
trying
I told Phoebus, if you need help with tonight, come talk to me. And then I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna just take the beer back to the gnome lady.
You are very good at making me feel guilty.
You slip the beer back.
Bad idea.
Before she like doesn't even really notice that you just brought her back the same like half drunk drink.
It's the same.
It's a buzz night where you're like, oh cool, it's back. I'm just gonna assume, and you can slip back. As you
I'll
do
slide
that,
the beer over to the pirate.
No thanks. I'm drinking 5
because eventually, after a moment, the bartender comes back, immediately slings out all the waters for everyone, kind of like pouring some into your mouth for you, Launchpad, just in that like, all right, you get
Real water that I can go.
I mean, you are a pelican. It is.
yes, we
like
do.
that.
We have real water here.
Wait, who's the one who's gonna pour it? That was the question.
I got this.
Got it.
Oh no!
Need a bourbon?
You pour real water in.
Oh no, God.
We need a close. Oh, thank goodness.
Kind
Are you
of
alright?
your feet. Here's this for you. Some water to
Drink
revive your
that.
senses.
Launchpad,
Are you alright?
Launchpad, are you alright?
I'm just holding onto this beer, like not sure what to do.
I have it.
Oh, shit.
Good.
Oh, you
Now
took
we
it
can
back?
get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Nick took it.
Speaking
Oh!
of which, I'm going around to the other patrons,
Are you
asking
like
if they
saying that
want
out
refills,
loud?
and I'm just taking their
Yeah,
cups.
at this point, yeah.
Phoebus is just,
Good
like,
stuff.
looking at
And
you.
slowly by slowly, I'm getting
can I
cups
help
and
you?
then pouring them all into one cup.
Just taking
Sorry
a lot.
if I'm staring.
I
I've never
love
seen
that.
a talking fish, let alone
And then
a tattooed
that's what I'm
talking
doing.
fish.
I'm pretending to work there.
Do I
Well,
still have the bag, or have we rolled it back?
yeah.
on the table.
My name's Marlin.
Hello,
Hi,
Marlon.
Marlon.
Good to
I'm a
meet
clownfish.
Tell us a joke.
Wait.
Well, actually, I do know one joke. So there was this mollusk, and there was a sea cucumber. The mollusk walks up to the sea. Well, mollusks can't really walk. They usually swim.
Marlon, as you're trying to tell the joke, Barbosa, the door opens and a hooded figure slips in through the dark. And immediately clocks you because Marlon, mid-joke, both of you get the same ping that you first got when you kind of saw each other as this hooded figure approaches.
And the mollusk says to the sea cucumber,
No,
"What
you-
on earth?"
Hello, my good friend.
Can I
And
say
your
one
name
more
is-
time?
You see he
I look
pulls
like I
out
work
a
there.
simple coin purse
Doesn't matter. She's gonna watch you.
for the ingredients.
One shady
Hey,
person to
Liv.
another.
You slip up. You check the purse. Inside is 20 gold pieces, which
What's
is
the amount we had agreed upon?
you had agreed upon 10, so this is double what you agreed upon. For 20 gold, you see this hooded figure. Singer, everyone here at the table except for Launchpad, who is still out cold.
Can I make a medicine check on him?
Yes, you can make a medicine. Anyone else who wants to can make a perception check though at this hooded figure who's quickly
Actually,
getting
I'm gonna do
exchanged.
the same.
I would also have like been watching him even though he works here.
Plus 4?
18 on the medicine.
18 on the perception.
Oh, oh, oh!
To be like,
I don't
I
care.
think I'm too wrapped up in the fact that
I
I'm
would like
trying
to
to
trail
figure
him as
out
soon
what
as
a
this guy
mollusk
leaves.
is
Yeah.
and what a sea cucumber is.
Sitting
It's
like,
like-
what's a mollusk?
what's a sea cucumber?
On an 18 Launchpad,
What's a sea?
you are getting fluids back in,
What?
thankfully. Phoebus is helping sip the water. You're starting to feel
21.
much better.
21.
Big blue wet thing.
You alright, big
18
fella?
on the perception.
18.
Same here.
So that seems like 3 18s and a 21.
Here, sit up.
Sit
up and breathe.
As you're
Punch
rolling,
you on the back,
and Nick, it's
make
easy enough
yourself
to
talk
clock. It's not like you're missing this dude. It
Yeah.
is just that, like, okay, someone else has shown up.
Tranquilizer dart.
As you guys see, under the hood for the 18, what you guys are kind of noticing
anything for the past couple of days.
is
I
a
swipe
man,
my-
maybe a little darker skin, but just sitting there. You're not able to see much. Esmeralda, maybe because he's a little more across the table from you, you see underneath pearly white teeth, small little mustache, but horns that kind of grow out of the head. You think you've seen people like this before. This seems to be a tiefling from what you can see on a 21. A tiefling gentleman. And you guys kind of get that same vibe, especially with the 18 of like, okay, because on his hands, his skin is blackish, almost red. As he slips back, you take the gold.
I was never here.
And neither was I. As he grabs this, slowly puts it in, you see he pulls out a coin, flicks it onto the table. This is a platinum piece that he flicks in for the tab. You see he walks out of the bar.
I'm gonna start sidelining this dude over here, like
I
looking at
had
him.
a bit of business to fulfill.
Oh, well, now that
What
business is done,
kind of business?
let us drink.
Oh,
Well,
business!
farewell,
Marvin,
my
we forgot
brother.
something.
You don't say.
I'm gonna keep the tranquilizer dart he coughed up. I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
You put it in your pocket.
I pick up the platinum coin and I'm like, bartender for the tab.
You see the bartender comes over, just yes,
So
and
tiny, it's like-
here is your. He has brought over a cup that is full of the pork grease of the night.
Oh
They just-
my gosh.
That will cover it all. What else do you want
I'm
to see?
staring wide-eyed like.
Anyone can look
I
at it.
chose the right
whatever they want.
All
and
right, for the evening.
I'm
And
gonna smile.
the
like,
evening
you know I'm
gets
about to-
fun.
I don't
Barbosa,
get it.
after a moment, your rum comes out. All of you are able to slowly just in that drinking state, and a couple minutes is going by of just
I'm
like.
Marvin, you can
continuing
drink
to
this,
try
right?
to
I hope
feed
so.
you.
You
Pour the rum inside the
Non-Vera!
No.
Save
Wait!
the rum. Never throw away.
Yes.
I got the
So-
Cheers,
Oh,
Ben.
sorry.
The dude, as
No,
he's sort of like,
actually,
I'm not like
pour it in.
following him, but I've seen
A
Shane
little
Crab
bit.
I won't
as
want
the
it.
captain of the
There's like a
Smiley
little bit
Guard
of
before.
swim around
No,
it.
no, watch my-
Oh, not all of it.
So
Oh,
it's like
A splash.
I actually feel
I just like
happy.
out of curiosity, I want to make a
Which
history
is a
check to see if I
big deal.
feel like that voice sounded
You
familiar.
know they made it into a juice.
Ooh. Yes, I like that. I like that.
Can I
you
whisper
okay?
to him that I still
Ah,
This isn't happiness.
Child's first drink.
So she
Hi, Reese.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
was it
whisper
one-
to him everything that I saw.
Yes,
Would that
you
give me
guys
advantage?
quick whisper. You can give an advantage because all of you, I would love to make also
That's
a perception check.
For what specifically?
For this is a surrounding. It's a group perception check. Actually,
Okay.
is I guess what it would be called. Where everyone. This is something that's happening now.
Nat 20.
Oh, of course you.
I love. Oh, this is beautiful.
16.
I got
62.
The
19.
history check for the voice for recognizing.
That's
Well,
an 8.
plus
This grease is
something.
amazing. Where Mike, you're having a lot of fun drinking this.
18.
18.
So my history check was a 17, and my perception check is a 14.
I got an 8.
Phoebus, you don't know much about that kind of gentleman.
Okay.
Where it's a tiefling-esque person, but something seems off.
You said he had
Yeah.
a mustache?
Slight mustache,
Dark skin.
Wings.
darker skin, where it's like something is like nagging in your mind of like, okay, that sounds familiar, but something's not clicking.
Okay.
Launchpad, I'm gonna text you something.
Okay.
We've dealt with this before, haven't we?
I'm not.
I'm
completely
still
sure.
worried.
He seems
Why?
Oh, and yes
Yo,
to what you're telling me
I
about
had a
in the
friend tell
chat.
me a
Sorry,
story
I
about
grabbed
some
that, but
fish once.
Dealt with a lot of
I
people
thought
like
he
that
was
before.
crazy in making it up how he got the ship. Turns out they're real.
Something strikes me as very unnerving about you.
Oh,
I'm
I wanted
unnerved about the
people to
fact
get
that there's a
that.
talking fish with tattoos.
You've seen as many things as I have. I would be normal.
I've seen some weird things too, lass. Trust me.
Does anyone
This
else?
ain't new on the,
Don't call
on
me
the list.
lass.
Does anyone else hear that?
Apologies.
Hear what?
The
We've talked about this launchpad. It's me. I'm a talking fish.
Well, I mean, there seems to be a little bit of
Speak.
it flies,
What?
and there's
crashing through the ceiling.
Whoa.
You all see immediately a woman lands 3-point pose as the inn crushes underneath. Looks at all of you. You see this woman wearing a circular hat, sword at her side, armor. Looks at you all. Boom, boom. Runs up through the air and out. As all of you look, the night sky is ablaze, and you all hear screams and wings beating.
eat that.
Instantly, just
Everyone
sword
roll
shield.
initiative.
Can I pull out like my
Now
battery
this
packs
is
and just,
pod
like,
racing.
Don't
set
worry,
them up
lots
to,
of
like,
Natural
charge?
20!
Yeah. Oh yes, immediately.
Not as
Yeah,
good.
Mike. Boom, boom. Those screams are gonna help.
I'm just like collecting screams at this point.
Oh,
22.
that's awesome.
Yo, that is so
22 with a natural 20.
That was
22
fine.
same,
I really
unnatural.
just
Son,
rolled.
so
From
you
the other
get the
party.
Dirty 20.
dirty 20. Excellent.
That means
Excellent.
right now.
Oh,
Oh,
6.
I got
Six.
a
You got 22.
Sorry, 7.
Did you say 22?
Uh,
or
Mark?
dirty 20?
16.
22.
I got a dirty 20.
And Phoebus
5.
5.
I'm not even drunk.
Wait, Nick, what did you get? Ooh, I typed
Seven.
down 7. Thank you.
only an advantage.
I'm like, I didn't think you got 27. I'm like, that shouldn't be possible. Gonna make a quick roll. Ooh, that's very helpful for you guys. So that makes.
Oh, that's what that small blurb is. The clownfish.
And there's a very small blurb that is Marlin right now.
I want to see. I can't see.
And that makes 14.
Oh, we're using
It is.
Um,
No, as a wizard.
Esmeralda,
Yes.
you are first to act in this order.
Okay. She's
As you all, this is what you see though,
Right.
in the first in the order. The ceiling has just caved in, as just crack, boom, that lady just like staying there, boom, boom. You're hearing screams, you're hearing the beats of wings. As wings,
like big wings, small wings, human-sized
big
wings.
wings,
Okay.
coming into this tavern, flying down, alighting in multiple different places. Phew.
Are we sharing the same initiative order?
Oh, that's true.
Yes, so you can
That would-
actually take,
I'll just hold all my actions until he does something.
yes, so
I
like,
rolled an 11, so I think we should. Okay. I guess I'm the one moving, so I have to be initiative.
yeah, so you'll be initiative, it's a
Unless we
joint
just get
initiative.
to the water, which
Um,
point fear him.
So I should
Entering-
never roll initiative.
Yes, basically.
Okay.
Until something happens in that case.
So you get a magic
Esmeralda,
to do too.
and all of you see this alighting into this tavern. You see 1, 2, 3 small drake wyrmlings fly in. Immediately, a lot of these patrons, people at this table are screaming. A lot of people immediately were like either running out or like running upstairs. All of this has just happened in about the same couple seconds of like boom in and boom boom boom. These things descended from the hole in the ceiling.
Oh
I could really use a Scrooge right about now.
A what?
My mentor.
So Esmeralda, that is your turn. So this has just happened. You're hearing stuff outside, and this has happened in here.
Okay. Okay. She's gonna pull out her rapier, and she's gonna try to use all of the commotion to find a place in bonus action hide.
Ooh, good. You've got a ton of stuff to use. It's something I use also. Like you can try to hide even if there isn't like obvious places to hide in the game. It helps with rogues, because otherwise, like, oh, there's nowhere to hide in open field. You're useless. It feels like. But definitely, you like. There's the bar here. There's the tables. You can like take an easy like 5 feet of movement over
Yeah.
and make a hide because there's a lot of stuff around here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna before I go, I'm gonna pull on his cloak and be like, get as many people out of here as you can.
That was the goal.
And then,
That's my job.
and then she's gonna just basically try to disappear.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll me the bonus action hide.
Hey, set those there.
She does that a lot.
Oh gosh, dang it. Okay, that's stealth, right?
Stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
Just realized I need to turn these things.
That's ominous.
Okay.
Sorry, it's being funky.
You're good. No, you're good.
I didn't roll very good. That's my.
Hey, August, I have a question for you.
Yes.
think
So
plus
normally
6.
with rogues, you get sneak attack if you roll with advantage.
Mhm.
Can I use lucky to give myself sneak attack?
Ooh.
That is.
Oh, plus 4.
Yes.
It's not technically advantage, but it is
Oh no.
Oh.
smart.
But you only have 3 of them.
You would
Yeah.
only have like 3 a day, basically. But
Okay,
yeah,
I rolled
like
a
a
12.
I love that.
a
That's
12.
smart.
Yeah, it's not that good.
You see, with a 12,
We are level
all
10,
of these dragons are still looking in your direction. You get the
So he has lucky.
feeling like crap. Okay, they still see me.
Yes.
Okay.
That would make sense.
I will say though, on that, they don't seem to be looking at you, but it's like the okay, I'm still in their sight.
They're aware of where I am.
So you wouldn't get a sneak attack that advantage because like okay, wait, they see me in this bar. but that's going on.
All right, then can I just go ahead and just attack
Yes, you can.
the closest one to me?
All right, you move up and in. Oh.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, you could hit from there. So yeah, so you don't take almost like even half your movement, just a boom, boom. Go ahead and attack on this guy
All right,
in
I
front
should
of
use
you.
my rapier.
Rapier.
Okay, that's 14.
14. 14 will miss. You boom, ding.
Dang it.
The scale glances off of the rapier
Okay,
as this
it's
dragon
tougher than I
snarls at you, but
Calm down.
is looking above you.
thought. What's above me?
You're not sure, but he's looking like over your shoulder kind of vibe. That makes Hector Barbosa. I think that would make your turn.
Finally, an old-fashioned. Mess that up. Finally, an old-fashioned bar fight. And as I don't know the word of it, but a coin trick between. And as my bonus action, I activate my form of dread, walk into the moonlight, and my flesh withers away to reveal a skeleton.
Yes. No, you all see there is now again
Alright.
moonlight streaming in. There is a giant hole. All of you see the half like skeletal withered face and half like flesh coming in boom on this dude who made a boom whips out the pistol as
I
this
was
thing.
right. I was right. That is
Excuse me.
clearly Eldritch Horror. That is clearly Eldritch Magic. I
already
It's nothing but a
team.
Google.
Let's just say Esmeralda missed because she was distracted by whatever.
Oh
the
yeah,
hell
Esmeralda
it was.
immediately next to you, a skeleton is forming out of nothing.
Hey, are you
Um,
related to? And then I just say some like abyssal kind of name.
No, I don't believe so. I'm
Are
still
you related to
human.
Ghost Douglas Bunda?
Yeah, it's like what? No.
I
Well, this is the think about it. That makes Mike an abyssal name.
Michael Wazowski and Abyssal
I like
Monster.
your thinking.
Yeah.
And
Things also
I'm
like
just-
water news. That's creepy.
yeah, I'm just. So I'm going to look at this beast in the eyes, pull out my flintlock, and fire at it with Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
No, yeah, Eldritch Blast doesn't worry about point blank, does it?
No, it's not a ranged weapon.
Yeah,
it's ranged.
that
That's
is
cool.
a.
That means you can actually.
When,
point
you can
blank.
also point
Now
blank
you roll a
guiding bolt.
19.
These
24.
are range
Now you roll a
spells, not
24
ranged weapons.
hits on this first one.
And that
Um,
deals 3 points of
Imagine
damage.
just like
Open pawn.
3 points of damage.
missiles.
Boom! Slams into this first one right here. Does damage, like clinks off some of the flesh and scale of this dragon. I've just also sent the initiative counter, so it helps you guys if you want to see like where you're at in the initiative.
So we can plan ahead.
Crap, why are y'all going before me?
Alright,
Oh, I have spells. I forgot that.
I
was...
forgot to hide one. But there are the Wyrmlings there. As you see, yes, Barbosa, boom, boom. That makes Mike's turn immediately as you're unloading your bullet into the dragon.
Not that far down. I go before the Wyrmlings.
Yeah, I rolled a natural one for the Wyrmlings.
That's good.
They
I
actually
was
are
worried.
last in the order. So,
Where did all my spells?
Actually, now that I've taken care
August,
of
I
my
have a question. When
Yes.
it comes to our turn, could we like interchange? Like one time I could go before him and then he could go before me.
yeah, that's it. And as a party, you guys can do that too if you want. Be like, hey, I'm going to send my turn down the line to go after so-and-so so we can do something together. Or like vice versa. Yeah, it changes up totally. That's totally for you.
That I was an arcade trickster. It did. Where did
Sorry, I
all
didn't
my
mean to
spells?
keep you.
Yes, that makes you Mike.
Okay, so Mike is gonna like.
With all hands.
I like finish setting up all of my gear, and I'm like hearing all of the screams, and I'm like, yes. And I'm like, okay. I look at my cup full of grease, just like this huge mug full of grease, and I like stand up, walk over to this dragon, and I'm like, let's do a test. And I toss the grease onto the dragon, and then I cast Prestidigitation to light it on fire.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yes! Holy crap, alright.
This dragon is getting wailed on.
Let's try this.
And then I like pull out my notebook to like take notes on how much the gauge of like screams goes up for dragon screams.
I will say this, an improvised fire attack, basically. Heck yeah, you see that this does damage. As you pour this grease on, the dragon, like, immediately turns to look at you as, like, what are you doing? As you press the station, flames like screams of this dragon. Not as potent as human. but like there's enough of you're like okay, like it was in pain,
Not
like
as much as a child's.
not as much as a child's scream. As the dragon is starting to look a little hurt. I mean, as it's now doused in grease fire. Oh,
That's so
actually,
hard to put out.
I
Someone
will.
quick throw water on it.
I
Yeah,
will-
and then I kind of want to like,
That's on fire now. Yeah,
I want to like look.
Sorry.
you're good. Yeah.
I love that.
I just want to look at the duck and be like, just like a bardic inspiration.
Launchpad, this goblin cyclops has given you a seal of approval, and nothing feels better in life. You have a point of inspiration. That's going to be a D4 right now. Yeah,
Like, he's the only one who looks relatively monstrous to me.
yeah. Like I mean, there's a fox. person
There's a
across the-
skeleton.
We're on the same.
But
page.
like this is like your like oh you're a monsters kind of dude.
Wait a minute.
Thumbs up.
I'm a pelican.
Mike Wazowski,
Oh, you're
excellent
the one
turn.
calling
That
me
actually
that.
makes your turn, Launchpad. This like look up, boom, kush, looks at you.
Could I do something to help him?
Ooh, yes.
So, if you could hold your turn, that would be awesome.
Fantastic. What are you planning on doing?
So, what I wanted to do was cast Tentacle of the Deeps and throw out my 2 tentacles on any 2 things that are sturdy enough for me to hold on to. Use myself as a catapult slingshot for him to launch him into the dragon.
What do these tentacles look like?
Oh
That's my
yeah.
question.
You give me a. Oh, should we call it a dex throw or like a sleight of hand? Because I feel like it's like you're grasping to make sure you can help propel Launchpad.
Would it be
Wouldn't that be your spell?
strength because it's like
I
Or
think
is
it's
it
a
on
strength.
base
It's definitely a
spellcasting
strength.
ability?
being able to
Because
hold
it's
on
not
to
your
or
magic.
match something.
You're trying to hold
Also,
it. Yeah.
what do these tentacles look like? Because I have a funny retort.
This one in strength. I mean, it
Ooh.
makes sense because I'm a
It
clownfish.
may not be terrible, but like yeah, go ahead.
You're
and roll
calling
that
me an Eldrator?
Can
What
I
are
get a
those?
help action because it's focused around an ally of his?
That'd be your action.
That would be your action.
So-
to help
right,
action. Yeah.
To help
Yeah.
So
Well,
let
I'm
me go
not-
like,
I'm not
alright,
being
Launchpad, we've
Eldrator.
practiced this. We can do this.
Let's go.
And here
Oh,
it
is it on
comes.
fire?
Yes.
Grease fire, right?
Does a 3 work?
You lash out. You watch as dark greenish tentacles erupt from like the ethereal mist around this bag. Launchpad, you get in front of the bag and
Just
be
like the Harpies.
the immediate the tentacles just break against the already broken wood you tried to grab on the ceiling and floor. And the full weight of Launchpad breaks on a 3.
You want to talk about being an Eldrator?
This bitch.
Well, it takes one to know.
That's where I was just staring at Cora and
I like
because
that
she's just like,
Oh, yeah.
what just happened?
Barbosa's still like skeletoning out due to the moonlight. Launchpad, it is your turn. So that's not gonna help, but you do have the point of inspiration.
I feel like that boosted me forward anyway, so I'm running crazily at that blue dragon over there, and I am going to grapple him.
3, 4. You run in, go for the grapple.
Oh, right, so it's on fire.
Attack action.
I forgot about that.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right.
I just throw myself belly on top of his back,
Boom.
trying to like.
Yikes.
What is Launchpad?
So 21.
On a 21. Boom. Full Nelson around this
Oh, it's
direction.
more than 21 actually.
What?
Wait, did you rage?
No, I didn't.
He's a
You have
barbarian.
It's 25.
25. You have this thing fully grappled, and as this dragon is immediately like flashing.
a run for it! You're like pinned between me and the dragon.
This little fish on the I'm like, what? As you
You're
full
taking
on.
the bag!
Where
You-
is Marlon?
Marlon's
around
on
his
the
neck.
Oh, Marlon, you're still on.
Oh, am I still on the table?
For everybody's information,
because it was that like from the table you went to do it
Yeah,
and it just
yeah.
broke, so you're just like still on the table.
Okay.
bardic
Regardless,
inspiration
I
with
still
me
say,
is a
make a run for
D6.
it.
Oh yes, a D6 at level 3. Thank you, thank you.
So you probably didn't even need to use your...
Should I revoke it or should I just say I rolled the d4? And
I will
Could
say.
I have the inspiration?
Can I take? I will say Launchpad. We'll still use it because it definitely helps, and this thing is fully and completely taken.
Right.
That's gonna help.
I wonder, do I have extra attack at this?
Action. I don't think you have extra
No,
attack at
you
level
don't.
3 yet.
It's level 5 to get that. Level 6 if it's
But
multiple class,
with that all
except
there,
Artificers, which get level
you
5.
still have a bonus action Launchpad.
Artificers are the best. Sorry.
Uh,
I wouldn't die by that statement.
This dude is just at the table, basically on fire too.
Like, I guess
He's
it
still
look-
sitting there
it look
enjoying
like-
his drink. I mean,
He's enjoying his
This is a
glorious
Tuesday.
drink.
Everything is fine.
This is fine.
So yeah, LP,
I like
if you
this.
want a bonus action, you can. If not, Marlon, you can also start taking your turn as well as this is wrapping up. But what will happen? Anything else from you guys just before you go?
Oh, I thought he was doing his bonus action.
Oh, did you want a bonus action?
Is bonus action a rage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna rage right now.
Just inefficiently.
Very inefficient. And just start screaming as you're on top of this dragon. Marlon, yes.
I'm coming, launch pad!
Nature's
So,
majestic. Space stuff.
I'm gonna do my movement, which is my tentacle of the deeps
So
movement.
Then
I'm
go
going
to
to
yes.
tentacle of the deeps, attack it. So while I'm just moving around with my tentacles, kind of walking around, and then with one of my tentacles, I'm just going to kind of just punch the dragon that's getting held down by Launchpad.
Fun fact, you have advantage on that too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
grapple.
So
'cause
is
it's
your
full
walking like an Octodad kind of a walking, or is it like a Squidward tentacles like multiple?
It's as creepy as you can imagine it. It's like
Octodad.
So not even like arms.
it's like
just
rolling
legs.
around
They're
like that.
two single.
As they like
So like
hopping,
Deku Blackwing, just like
going
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth
Quick
on the
scrap.
ground.
So
That's-
like creepy
that's
Ursula.
what I hate.
But yeah, full advantage on that too.
Carry
This,
the worm.
Alright.
Made to have.
Tentacle.
Sorry, I don't know why. Descendants, the child of Ursula. Her design.
Oh, it just takes
appearance,
1d8.
Advertising.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
she was a child of
So
Davy
yeah, I'm gonna
Jones.
do that.
Make you two come with.
yes,
and
I do.
what she looks like matches what a child of Davy Jones and Calypso would look like.
It takes 8 damage.
8 damage.
Logan, I have to show you this though. I got it today.
I still have action search. I forgot about
This
that.
is the good extra strength estimate.
And my tentacle of the deep was a bonus
I have
action.
And so how much damage was that?
8.
8 damage. Boom! Slams in. Marlon and Launchpad, you guys just start punching this dragon. Launchpad full grapple, smacking with the
I'm
tentacles.
so confused. She's just watching this all happen. There's a skeleton next to her. There's a weird fish with tentacles now, and this dude's grappling a dragon.
I'm fine.
She's just like,
Welcome
what?
to Disney Infinity.
The tentacles are emerging from the bag.
I mean,
Nick, that
in
was
Disney
your
Infinity, in Disney
turn.
Infinity, in
I
Disney
would
Infinity,
like
in Disney Infinity.
to move
Uncertain.
to the barkeep.
In Disney
I don't
Infinity.
think that.
Okay. You will be leaving this
Do
dragon's
they have a
area.
reaction because they haven't taken a turn yet, though?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
So it would still have that
Start
reaction.
combat, they have
I'm
a
fine
reaction.
with that.
Yes, so
And every turn they get the reaction.
this dragon will just try, that's gonna hit, so...
As long as they'll drop me, I'm fine.
What do you think?
Wait a minute.
You can also.
Isn't it-
Do you have a
Nick,
dodge?
Is attacking
you
a
take
spell?
7 points of
If I could
damage
give myself
as
a free-
this dragon, you slip away in between some of these people,
Can you?
and this dragon,
Not
boom,
past
bites
life.
at your
I'm
leg
gonna
just as
look
hard as
at
it can.
That's
As you slip by, you move over to the bartender,
Where are we
so you can actually fully get there, yeah, on this turn.
So I would like to make a sleight of hand check to essentially make myself. What I'm trying to do is make myself look impressive.
You
I'm
might
not trying to
want
steal
have a
anything.
field
I want to make a
canister
flourish
ready
with my
next turn.
That's metagaming.
with
I'll
my
say it.
my switchblade. Sorry, my butterfly knife, and
Ooh.
kind of like a performance check. But can I use sleight of
It's
hand?
like, oh, I'm gonna get the beer. I'm like,
I would say
Are you
definitely.
trying to intimidate the dragon? Like, look at this.
Kind of.
Ooh.
You're trying to take these
Okay,
in.
so 22.
22.
I flip out the butterfly knife, do a thing, and I
Learned that in high school.
go to the bartender. I'm like,
I'm
oh,
still getting
if
my
I
range
kill them,
in
will
the
he give me that
background,
platinum
and I'm
piece?
trying to think about
You
what
see
that would
this
be.
part. Yes!
Cool. I go back, I sprint back over to the dragon,
5, 10. Immediately making it back.
I use lucky and I strike.
Immediately. Runs over, takes a bite of the dragon. Will you pay me for it? And then runs back. So yeah, full movement. Easy make it though in the smaller bar. Attacking the dragon.
Oh yeah, you're last initiative reaction.
No, I'm before the dragons.
Okay.
Still before the dragon,
Oh,
thankfully.
All dragons are going on the same order.
Does
Yes.
a 17 hits.
17 hits exactly. Well
Thank
done.
goodness.
Okay,
I did. Come on. 8 damage.
8 damage. This dragon, this looks like the beefiest of the Wyrmlings here. You see, you're up, you rip against his face, and this dragon looks at you and looks behind you.
I chose the wrong one.
As,
I have a question.
yes.
The
Honestly,
dragon's on
really
fire.
did go to the wrong one.
This dragon, yes, is
I
currently
should've
on
The
gone
fire.
with
grease
the one
fire.
on fire.
Esmeralda kind of has a thing of fire where it kind of like it
This is freaking her out.
traumatizes.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Oh yeah.
This is-
I forgot.
However you want to play that, she might have to make rolls. She might not have to.
I'm gonna say it coming up on your turn. If the dragon doesn't put out and stuff like that, we'll see what happens.
Alright.
But yes, that does then make Phoebus' turn. Nick, boom, slashing at the dragon. Launchpad Marlin, you got this. Barbosa and Esmeralda slamming in the green. Phoebus, that's you.
So, pulling out sword, getting shield on, start rushing over to the little orange dragon. As I'm going, I will shout, "Citizens, please vacate the premises. The officials are on the job."
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
We are the officials.
Well, technically,
You've got enough
I'm an officer.
I'm
clouds.
officially grappling a dragon.
Would I have
What
advantage?
did your law say to this?
Would I have advantage on this?
I'm
I'm
gonna say
officially-
right now yes because of the chaos going.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Was it Tchaikovsky?
And you said persuasion?
Yes, this is a persuasion. You're trying to basically tell everyone what to do, and it helps because
What's
I
the
mean
name
they
of that
don't
guy?
want to be here probably.
8.
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
What's the name of the
advantage.
paradox? Where
Hey,
the catapult, then the
You
live
guys,
stringer?
Phoebus, you're trying to talk
Well,
about
I'm
people are
officially
just
showing this.
screaming in terror. You get the feeling they might start moving soon, but like
Perfect.
for that movement though, it's like
Well-
not enough to really get people out.
Let's get the danger under control, and I will go to flank the orange dragon with Nick. Or this foxy man.
You can move in between, so that'd be 5, 10,
Foxy
15, 20,
man.
25.
Alternate names
30.
for
Could I
FNAF
have
characters.
gone the other way?
Foxy man.
I was thinking of that.
Yes, so if you were right here, it would go 5, 10, 15, 20, and you could go 25, 30. Yes, so you're not
Okay.
leaving anyone's area. Yep.
Flanking. Alright.
Yeah, no, he probably was shouting past Esmeralda.
Oh,
She's just staring
crap,
at the fire.
I did
like,
11 damage. I forgot to add my modifier.
Oh, 11 damage. Thank you.
And then I would like to strike at this with an attack roll. Do I have advantage from flanking?
You do have advantage right now with flanking.
You'll have advantage from flanking as well.
That is
Yeah, you
not
can finish
great. Yeah, that is a 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Dang it.
You slice
Listen,
at
I
the
got
scale.
14 that didn't hit.
And you see the dragon like turns its head. You see one of its reptilian eyes, Phoebus, lock with you
Ugh.
and immediately slide back past you over kind of where like Nick and Esmeralda's
Don't
direction.
kill
I would like
the
to action
bartender.
surge.
He owes me money.
Ooh.
And I would like to try again.
Go ahead and try again.
Advantage, don't fail me now. Where's my good dice? There you go.
Here's the good one.
How much damage did you deal?
That was worse. That's a 14.
14. Slicing at this. It is tough to penetrate dragon hide.
Okay, I would like to stay where I am then, yeah.
Cool. That makes the dragons. This dragon is going to use its action and put out its fire.
Put out itself.
Put out itself.
The dragon stops.
Immediately rolls on the table.
But it's
You see though, this blue dragon is Launchpad. You watch it. You watch electricity bubble up in its throat.
Marvin!
Leads its hand. So that's going to go.
It's Marlin, and you keep seeing Marvin.
No, that's the
That's the
point.
joke.
He's stupid. That's
Lightning erupts out of its mouth
at the
I
bartender,
need-
maybe?
at the bartender.
Oh,
But
Oh!
I need Marlin and Esmeralda to make me, if you'd be so
What about
kind,
the other
No,
dragon?
Why
no.
this is-
a
Oh, the other
dex-
dragon.
it's a dexterity saving throw.
The other
You're
dragon.
fine,
The
Launchpad, because it's
bartender.
not. You're not in the
Okay.
way holding it, but it is pointing past you.
James made a point. Is the other
What
dragon?
about that dragon? Do you want to use this?
The dragon's gonna make it too. Like that was just you guys are
Cool,
the
cool,
humans.
Is it a dexterity saving throw?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
6.
That's 11.
I'm gonna
11.
go for a
You.
boomerang knife or whatever.
Because it's still
called in this.
kind of
Six,
covered in
five,
grease.
It's so sick, right?
It's a slippery lot.
Gets reignited.
The grease. Yeah,
Oh my
the grease might reignite. Is the
Oh,
goal.
great.
14.
Good old grease
Esmeralda,
fires.
you take
Yeah.
22 points of electricity damage.
Holy
Marlin, you take 22 points of damage.
What?
This dragon takes damage too. You see, it's starting to look really bloodied as the electricity arcs through the dragon. It like bounces Marlin through the bag to the dragon to Esmeralda. It hits these two patrons here. They both go down.
How's the bartender doing?
The bartender immediately falls to the ground.
Yes!
No, you don't.
This is actually terrible. He's
Sorry,
dying.
I didn't hear that. How much damage do I take?
22 points of damage.
Are you dead?
No!
No, I have 6 left.
Oh, I have 5.
Nick, you and Phoebus watch that this more red dragon looks at the bartender fall, turns directly to you, Nick. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
The coward doesn't want to attack him. Oh,
You are first, like, to be seen, so to speak. So that's going to be a dex save as roiling flame bursts through into the bar.
Surprise, Shawty!
Yes!
I would like to use Lucky and reroll.
Go ahead and use Lucky.
I'd like to imagine
Okay.
Mike Wazowski actually saying that.
Come on!
Surprise, Johnny!
16!
16. That beats the DC.
Yes! Let's go!
4, 6.
I dodge the fire and I yell, "Bring your A game next time, soldier boy!"
8.
I still take damage, but it's
Yes, it's going to be halved. You are going to
Wait till you
take...
hit level 5. then
Nick,
once
this
you
is
hit-
16
that's when
points.
armor classes get
Or
good.
so
Oh yeah. extra
32
attacks,
half to
evasion,
16.
stunning.
What?
As it uses its breath weapon, immediately
That's so funny. I'm at 1. This one?
you're at 1. Holy cow! You guys watch. Nick, you are at 1.
So if I had missed that, I
The
could've been
table
dead.
ignites, these two tables, and the stairway ignites. Nick, you do not ignite, though, on the success. As though 3 more of these patrons drop. Immediately looking at you. I did roll, the grease fire did not ignite on the green dragon, though, with the electricity. Probably would have helped if it was the fire on him, but can't have everything. At the top of the turn, this lady runs out. That dragon can't take opportunity attacks as it is grappled.
This is true.
These ladies are going to try. The dragon's going to try to snap at one of them, though, as they pass.
Disadvantage with protection. With my shield.
Ooh!
Nice.
Barely saving one
As
of
I
them.
just
Boom!
slap its face away with my shield.
Slams down.
That's my reaction. ladies
That
and
one
gentlemen.
goes out as well. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, is able to make it out. This guy by you, Esmeralda,
Yeah.
is able to go 5, 10, 50, or let me move that. 5,
Esmeralda
10,
just
50,
makes an attack
25,
opportunity on the poor
30.
sucker.
This dude is going to dash. 30,
She
40,
is at 5 hit
45,
points
50,
right now, so...
55, 60. That guy makes it out as well. Basically, so any of these people still left, these last 5 patrons and bartender are currently down. As all this is happening, that does bring us back to the top of the initiative order.
Which is me.
Esmeralda.
There's fire.
There is fire now.
Right next to you.
Please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Just as a lot is stressing out right now. Suddenly everything's on fire, and suddenly there are things happening.
Woo! That's a natural 20.
Nat 20. It's really freaked out, but you're pushing through. You're doing fine
Okay.
for now.
I'm at 5 hit points.
I'm at 1.
The breath attacks have happened, so it's just a what could happen again.
Does Charm Person work on creatures?
It could.
Depends on how high their intelligence is.
I'm assuming these
Because-
things are pretty smart.
So it
Except
probably
going
would
for a
work a lot
bartender.
If you want, this is something I do this with all my campaigns. You
No,
can
you
make
only
me
charm a
a
humanoid with charm person.
free ability check. It's something that won't like take a full turn. But if it's like, can I quick perception the area? Could I investigate to see what's up? Could I insight on this dude? You can make I like those that are free because it can help with your turn instead of being like, I'm just gonna do this. Like, if you want to do and not spend a whole action just to like insight on someone, right? Like, let me look at them.
Which of the beasts looks the healthiest?
Yeah, right. Like, it's basically, and it can do for a lot of ability checks. Where if you want to just quick free, like, could I try to check something out? I think that's fun.
I'll take care of that.
Alright, how far away am I from this little dragon dude?
Right now, he's still within your range, actually. These things are a little bit bigger, so you can still reach it in that 5 feet.
Alright, I'm going to use... Actually, let's do Ice Knife.
Ooh, I like Ice Knife. That is a fun one.
Because you're hot and you're
Drop of water in a piece
Yes,
of ice, so
then
she's
you're
gonna
gonna
reach...
It's bright, it's black, and it's black.
Probably not,
Black.
actually.
I don't
No,
think you have
no.
enough votes right now.
I don't. So I'm gonna just reach for the cup of ice water that I already have.
Yes.
And I'm literally just gonna dip it in and I'm gonna flick it into his face and cast Ice Knife.
You full Ice Knife him. Got,
Okay, Ice Knife.
have my spells on here.
Ooh, that's a 15
Ooh, that's
plus
fine.
3.
15 plus your 18. That hits. Barely above, but you hit this dragon.
The
Alright,
Arcane
you need to make a
Trickster.
dexterity save.
No clue what he is.
probably also a rogue.
Jeez Louise.
well, Everyone within
Read
5
rogue.
feet of the dragon as well. But if it's a large creature, is it
Um,
large?
This right now isn't a large creature.
Okay.
Okay.
But fails that dex save spectacularly. It's gonna take full Ice Knife.
So yeah, it.
Yikes.
So Ice Knife does damage on the hit, and then
And
that
then it has-
everything within the 5 foot
Yeah.
range has to make the
Explosive
save, and it
damage.
explodes.
Everything else.
So
I would
Barbosa
have to make a
Yeah.
save.
Mike,
To roll-
and Marlin.
I
Well,
need you to make dexterity saves.
going out. Yes, Marlin, that dexterity saving throws
Please
with
save,
Ice
make a
Knife.
dex save. I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
Oh no.
You have disadvantage though because you're
What?
in a bag.
What?
I have
You
my
do,
tentacles.
But
What is your
Yeah,
spell
watch
save
out with
DC?
it is on top of the table. He's
11.
like,
Yeah, you know, I'd say you.
Nurse
It can.
ceremonies.
I'll give you that advantage because yeah, Marlon, you're a tiny creature and under the
tiny
table.
bag,
Yeah,
like under the
Okay.
table.
it's gonna be harder. Whereas like Barbosa and Mike, you guys are like bigger things right next to it.
1d10.
Nat 20.
On the hit, and then 2d6
Good
on the
save.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget how crazy spells can be.
21.
21. Pass.
So it's a
Barbosa.
D10
Pass.
to the
Pass out a
yeah.
14.
14
I wonder what
passes.
happened to my d10.
No,
Do you need D10s?
roll
You
your
want-
percentile? It's a D10.
No, I don't
It's
wanna
just a
roll
fancy
D10.
D10.
D10 with a 0.
D10 with.
Alrighty, that does 90
So
damage.
to the dragon, four
It's four
cold damage, and then
plus-
it's going to take the 2d6 as well.
Ooh.
2d6.
But then the 2d6 is halved for all 3 of you.
That is a 5 plus
That's the
3.
chips.
So
So
8.
8. Did you add the other extra?
So
There is
Barbosa, you take 4 points. Mike, you take 4 points.
Okay.
Marlon, you take 4 points.
I'm still untouched.
Marlon,
have
you are
10
at.
HP.
I'm not.
Marlon, Nick, and Esmeralda, you are all at a combined 5 hit points. But this green dragon is looking absolutely death's door. You see that this thing like is barely able to stand.
Can I? Let me see my thing. Bonus actions wise.
Who has healing?
I can heal myself.
I don't.
So
Oh yeah, same here. Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Mike's the only
Wait, is that
one.
10 HP or permanent HP?
Dope.
I can.
Got it.
Second win.
Oh, good,
I can
normal
wait
HP. Sorry, I was
Hold on,
nervous for a
just-
moment because I only have a bunch of temp HP options. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Good. So wait,
I have 2 weapon fighting.
Everyone has 2 weapon fighting, just not the fighting style.
Okay.
And you didn't attack.
Bonus
so you
action.
didn't.
I will disengage.
Disengage from this thing.
Yes.
You take a step back. Smart move. As this dragon is still technically
And
up.
can I use my movement to get as far away from the dragon
5,
as I can?
10, 15. You are up into the wall and corner. Perfect. As you can get all the way out with that disengage.
Sweet.
Incredible. Barbosa, that makes you. This current dragon is still looking terribly
Okay.
bad. Launchpad, you have the other, and Red is being flanked.
okay. Mike, me boy, I trust you can take care of this green one. You might want a fear canister for this. I move, still within range of the green one, over to the blue dragon, so I can attack that.
So you can go like 5, 10. Yep, like moving around the table
I pull my rapier, stab it,
with advantage with the grapple.
and
You're standing
I'm
right
thinking,
over
like in
Marlon,
the mouth
actually.
to make it hurt more. Just
Marlon, this thing walks right on top of you and just plunges down.
Eight.
Sword comes within inches of you as you're like next to this dragon. Like, ah.
Oh wait, I'm gonna roll my nice black one.
Yes, remember it's
That is okay. That's an 18 plus 6.
18 plus 6 is gonna hit.
Meaning it does. Where's that dice? It does 11 points of damage, and it needs to make a wisdom save or be afraid of me as I scream as I stab him off.
Wisdom
So,
saving throw.
you might want to fear canister for this one. It's wisdom save or he's afraid.
With your DC, it does beat the DC. But you see this thing already just like as you stab into the snout, roiling around on the ground. This dragon is not having a fun time, but can't go anywhere, Launchpad, because you've got this thing in a chokehold.
Launchpad is just full on wrestling.
That makes Mike Wazowski's turn. Mike, Barb also runs around, stabs into the blue dragon. That is you then.
Okay. So you can't. 2 spells can't be cast in the same turn.
Yes.
But
Unless one
if it's like, unless it's a
Did you join the campaign?
yeah, unless one of them is a cantrip.
If one's a cantrip, you can.
cool. I want to reignite the grease with prestidigitation again.
This grease fire on the dragon ignites. You ignite that, and the dragon burns, falls to the table, and is down.
Woo! Okay.
Setting that there
And
so it doesn't fall.
shoot, what was everybody at health-wise? I know like
I'm
people were at 1.
29.
It is really you,
31.
Nick, and Esmeralda
got
that are
better con.
really low. Like Nick's looking really burned.
I mean,
Esmeralda's
I'm not
looking-
low at all. I'm still at
Yeah, I
Or excuse
focused
me,
on Dex and Charisma.
Marlon's the other one. Sorry, I was like,
I'm not a
1, 1,
spellcaster, so I can
and
just go
5.
straight things on and be the party tank.
Well, except
Well, I mean, I'm a cavalier,
I've
so...
disengaged and completely the farthest I would away from combat. So
I'm planning on going into Samurai. For that,
Always
the
good.
advantage
Yeah.
with it sounds very much like a pirate.
Yes. Hey, I just joined the campaign link, so can I change my subclass?
yes.
Because he only had Berserker. He was like, I'm stuck with Berserker. I'm like, did you join the campaign? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Idiot. Don't give yourself exhaustion, you fool.
So,
Berserker
yeah,
sucks.
Mike, so cantrip up, but you have options.
I have healing word, but I can only do one person. So
I'll be fine.
you sure?
I'm running.
I'm fleeing.
for now, I will just
That's
cast
metagaming,
it on
I'm
the
sorry.
person I can see in front of me, which is the small fish,
Yeah.
who looks like he
He's almost completely
like
floated
almost
up.
I'm dead, I'm
completely
dead, I'm
upside
dead,
down.
I died, I'm dead, I'm dead, I died, I'm dead.
This is
And
it.
I'm gonna cast it at a 2nd level, so that's 2d4 plus 4. Do you want to roll it, or do you want me to?
You
Let me
can
check
roll it.
if my...
I trust you.
Did you join the
Sweet.
right campaign?
Go ahead
The one
then.
you sent to the chat. I saw it as Esmeralda.
Should be the one I sent to the chat, yes.
9.
9
Oh,
head
you get
points.
9.
Woo!
Let's go.
Marlon, you are
Much needed.
healing up.
Thank you.
You know,
So at 11, that's pretty
that
good.
was your thing.
Thank you, thank you.
And then I want to
Apparently that was someone's home.
kind of just back
over.
well, not back away, but
I
like
mean, check to make
try
sure
and
I
get
have
out
concentration
like
on
fur-
freelance.
downward,
Downward, okay.
so that it can't like line up a
We don't
shot
have our
and
pictures, otherwise-
zap like 2 of us again.
Ooh, so like walking down to like 1, maybe 10 feet of movement. So that way, like it would have to choose.
It's a-
It
If
would
it,
have to choose between people to.
yes.
So there's garbage over here.
Heck
This
yes.
is the way to go.
Yeah, that'll work. Thank
Good stuff.
I'm the trash
Um,
man. I take trash.
Launch
Throwing it
pad.
all over the rig.
Yeah, that was actually bonus action.
Yeah, actually, bonus action. Launchpad. You watch this blue-green dude healing words to Marlon. You've still got the dragon wrapped around you, and it is your turn, starting into this joint turn.
Fantastic. Sorry, I'm in the process of fixing my character.
You're good.
But
No, you're so fine.
I think I'm just gonna make an unarmed strike against him.
Sweet, yeah.
So
Which, if do you have the grappler feat,
no, I do not.
then that will be a disadvantage.
It's a disadvantage,
I
unfortunately.
do what I can because I'm still grappling, right?
Yes.
Okay. That won't break grapple.
No.
No. 'cause
You would have to choose to be like, I'll let go, or
Yeah.
this thing
What
has
you
to
can
be
do is
destroyed.
if you got him in like in a chokehold, you can take the other hand. And,
But
Punch.
unless you have the
Or
grappler
you can
feat,
headbutt.
the grapple creature and the
Yeah.
creature grappling it both have disadvantage. on attack
Knee
rolls.
him.
What I am doing is I'm bringing my knees up as I kind of just like grab around his neck and
Just wrestling a dragon.
Falcon kick.
Falcon.
Pelican kick.
That's it.
so with disadvantage, that would be a grand total of proficiency bonus, right?
Yes.
So if I'm doing my math right, 16.
Barely miss you. Boom. In. You're like making contact, but it's not enough to start dealing damage internally. This thing is though getting pissed at
With
you.
2-weapon fighting, does that allow me to unarmed strike again?
Yes.
Yes, but you don't get the modifier,
The damage
which would
bonus.
mean
Yeah.
it's just your
One
strength.
damage is better than no
One damage is better than no damage. I mean, it's.
So this time around, I missed again.
It's
watch
a
out.
nat 20 and a 15.
Crikey, it's a wild, walloping, lizardy time. As Launchpad, you are rolling on the ground with this thing. It's like it's trying to like break the wings, break in. You're kneeing it down.
didn't realize
This
that.
thing though, you are keeping the chokehold hard. Marlon, that's then your turn as Launchpad's roiling around on the floor with this thing.
Okay.
Rolling. There's the word.
Can I make a quick check to see how badly damaged each of the dragons are?
Yeah, so you know the green one is just gone down. Like that fire just took it out. So go ahead and make like you could do a perception or an insight into either of these two dragons. Or nature actually works too since these are beasts technically. Or
Would
well,
animal
dragon
handling
beasts, but
work.
animal handling no, because that's if you were trying to get them to do
got
something.
it.
If you're just trying to be
Still
like
looking for
that's
one
a
of the
creature
jacks.
of nature, like I'm gonna try to get a vibe.
That's a 12.
Is the bartender
Well,
down?
The bartender is down right now. Marlon, on that 12, the red one looks so much better. Like the blue one is starting, like especially as Barbosa's just stabbed it and as like trying to kick it, keeping it. The blue one's looking pretty like hurt, but the red one's still looking really good right now.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look over at the red one and go, oh my goodness! And I cast Eldritch Blast over to it. From underneath the table, it just blasts from underneath the table,
Weaving
catching
in
it
and
by
out of-
surprise.
Whoa! Boom! Up from under the table. Go for it. I love it.
Righto.
And give me.
Let me write that down.
No, it's technically not an advantage yet. You would have to like get in close for melee stuff. But still, definitely, you've got that perfect surprise hit where it's
This
not
is
expected.
Another user of words. Another user of the
It's
mask.
drunk. It's normal.
It takes 1 damage.
Heck yeah. This dragon takes 1 down. Boom! You see it like looks under and looks at you in the bag. And licks its lips.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to look right at the red dragon and go, oh no you don't! And
Goliath has plus
do
2%
Curse of the Bloated Agony on top of this
Yeah.
dragon.
Ooh.
And I will
It's a natty
amplify
one.
this one.
Oh,
He's dealing
shoot.
damage to himself.
What are you,
It's
suicidal?
worth it.
Well, most blood hunters, if you start a blood hunter at a low level, they tend to die before level 6.
Fair enough.
Because they
Oh.
killed themselves.
Yeah, I know a buddy who
Oh,
went
nuts.
as a clerk in a party with a blood hunter.
That's
They labeled me as the auto healer to take care of their mistakes. I was a forge clerk, which makes it worse.
Ooh, yeah.
And I played him, I think more like Reinhardt's, the Russian things that hit it with a hammer.
Yes.
so
you keep putting
amplified.
my dice in.
No, I
I'm
don't.
sorry.
At the end of his turn, make a con save, and at the
You
end.
can put yours in my thing and I won't lose them.
Hey.
I know what my dice are mine.
I mean, I know
So,
I can find mine.
this is gonna last a minute. You watch as the tentacle like becomes ethereal and roils into like the
Ew.
wounds of the dragon, and you watch it.
And it swells up within him.
Ooh, water.
What?
With the amplified
slow-
blood agony, we'll get to make it save again at the end of its turns, but it's
We'll
taking
make it
damage.
save, but it's going to be taking 1d8,
1d8.
and it has that disadvantage now imposed.
Soldier boy, what
good
was that?
stuff.
It was not me.
Nick, that makes your turn as this thing just kind of bloats up in front of you.
I am going to think this is my chance, and I'm gonna ram my knife into it, attempting
Go for it. Yes, yes, yes.
to kill it, obviously. 15.
Wait, what do you get? Oh,
15 does not hit.
All right, bonus action disengage, and then
Is he still focused on me?
Oh yeah, it was like focused on you, and so that's where it's like, oh good, it's looking at the fish. Got rats.
I'm going to bonus action disengage and run to the barkeep. Is he dead?
5, 10, 15 in and around. This barkeep is down. You think making like death saving throws kind of vibe. Looks like that lightning is still like twitching in him
Can I
as he's
see
down.
from my perspective?
can
what
use-
they
Yes,
are?
you can both see. Like this dude is down on the ground.
I yell, look over to you, and I'm like, go help your
So go onto the
boyfriend.
website.
And then I would like to sleight of hand the corpse.
Slides down the corpse. Roll me a sleight of
Grave
hand.
robber now.
Do I have advantage?
No, he's not
You
fully dead yet.
do,
I'm Grave Robber.
As he is prone. Just give me
Grave on the
17.
down.
17.
That's it.
I'm
You-
looking for the platinum coin.
Nick,
Use
you
your app.
slip out the platinum coin. You watch as both red and blue dragons stop and look
No,
at
that's
you.
not why I got the update.
All I
like
can do
yours
for my
is-
turn.
With that sleight of hand, let's see. You attack,
Bonus
disengage,
action and action.
bonus action, yeah, and that just free sleight of hand, quick grab. All of you see this. It's like the dragons like are fighting you. You're trying to do your best. As Nick, you slip out the platinum out of this dude's coin purse. Both dragons stop and turn towards you.
Dragon's horde.
Shiny!
Shiny.
That's all.
That's
You
what
could
they're
throw it
looking
to-
for?
Phoebus, that's you.
I can't do anything else.
Oh, frick.
That's what it
Survive.
seems to be right now.
Survive,
Phoebus,
that's
that's
all
I'm
you
you.
about to get
All right.
whacked.
Objective.
I'm going to. Is it distracted by chance by him? Would
It's
I have advantage?
A little distracted, but no advantage,
No
unfortunately,
advantage.
without that like perfect flank. But it's not like looking at you, like and Marlon.
Get
it's
it
not
to look
looking
at you.
Like, look, don't look at me like that.
I'm about to die.
I would like to rotate around right in front of its face and attack it.
Slip up in front and attack.
That's a good roll. That's a 23 to hit.
Nice. That's gonna hit.
As I just boom smack it in the
Slam
face. I would
in.
first on the hit like to unwavering mark it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so it is marked until the end of my next turn, and I will deal my damage now.
Good stuff.
saying
Yeah,
my last
you
round.
7
Spell
slashing
slot.
damage.
Not even for
7 slash. You slip in and around. This thing. Boom, as you slice into it, starting to look hurt. You know, as you slice down against the neck. As this thing looking at you, it is trying to like look beyond you just enough.
I'm just like moving to be in front of its face constantly. With
trying
the
to
shield.
take that attack against.
And then that's my turn.
Incredible. Phoebus, that makes
Unless you let me bonus action improvised weapon attack with the shield.
no.
'Cause that
That's
would be a disadvantage.
I think there's a feat for that.
There is a
The-
feat, but it doesn't make you roll disadvantage because it's no longer an improvised weapon.
here we go. The dragon.
Can barbarians use shield?
Yes.
Yes.
And still rage and get their unarmored. Yep.
It's really effective.
You guys, with the blue dragon, you watch electricity crackles into its neck and dies down. Get the feeling it's not about
Oh, thank
to
goodness my
breath
sword
again.
is in its mouth.
Phoebus, you watch fire build up in the dragon's throat, but not ready yet.
Oh!
Those breath attacks.
I'm still, I was really nervous. Like, my
The
mental
blue dragon,
sword is in its mouth.
launch pad. This blue dragon's gonna try royal free. Let's make opposed strength.
You have advantage because you're raging.
Okay.
You do have the. I did just nat 20.
Oh!
Double that
So that's a 23 you have to beat.
If I roll 19, then that's also a 23.
Yeah,
I do
19
have
or higher.
advantage.
And you got advantage.
So that one's for an 8. That one is a 4.
This thing, it's not leaving the area, and that was its action, right? Trying to break free of your grasp. But this thing is now out. Phoebus, this red dragon is attacking you.
Loser.
It should have disadvantage because
I have
it's
an
bloated.
AC of 18.
It does have disadvantage with that bloating. Thank you. The dragon is not doing anything. Go ahead and roll a d8, then also for that necrotic. It's going to make that con save at the end of its turn.
So it takes 6 damage and just vomits up a little bit of blood. and coughs it up.
6 damage.
That's a good roll
You
on
do
D8.
watch, though, breaks the spell, though, just enough. The blood, as it burps out, this, like, blood, gas, and fire, boom, slowly shrinks just back down. It is broken free. That was the dragon's turn. Here comes the bartender. It's pretty good. And the rest of the patrons. That's good stuff. Esmeralda, that's you. Bartender is down. But you are able to watch this. Where'd he go? Which one did I roll it for? There we go. Oh, excuse me. All of you are able to see this goblin wakes up on fire, runs out screaming as it got a nat 20 on its death save and is up with 1 hit point and just flees.
So it only
Sweet.
happened.
But Esmeralda, that does make your turn. The bartender is still down though, as both dragons are now free.
Do I see that they're making eye contact with him holding up the
Yes.
coin?
By sleight of hand, it's that like, I got it, and like, okay, it's enough that people are start putting together like, oh, something's up with the coin.
I'm gonna. Can I free action look at him and be like, throw it?
Okay.
Nick, you're getting ready to throw it.
That also sounds like if they're just
I don't know what
okay.
it is.
Perfect.
Maybe work with August.
And then with my attack, I'm gonna take out a dagger and I'm gonna chuck it at the one that's attacking Phoebus.
Excellent. Go ahead. Roll that. Yes. Red dragon.
Huh.
That
Let me
is.
turn off
become
the talk
master
on picture and
fisherman
we can
in the
see if
next
that does it.
24 hours.
Ooh, that's not enough. That's a
16.
16.
Boom, 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 boom. Clings off of the scale. The dragon like looks at you, but is still then focused on Nick with that coin, just like, what are you going to do, basically?
Dang it. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and do Ice Knife one more time.
It's the beginning of the
Hmm?
We're gonna do Ice Knife.
Yes.
I haven't used
On
a spell
the
yet.
red or blue?
Do it on the red one.
On the red.
Do I cause fear?
Woo!
Or
Okay,
hide
that's a.
What?
Ooh, I don't know. Hold on.
Here, maybe.
I'll say hex.
17?
17 hits.
Yes!
That hits exactly on the armor class.
Oh, sweet. Okay, they've got an armor class of 17!
It's gonna make a dex
There we
save.
go.
Yes.
Phoebus, make a dex save as well
Yeah.
for Ice Knife.
Phoebus. I mean.
Ice
Phoebus.
knife.
Ice Knife again.
Oh dear.
Dragon beats the save, but it'll still take
I'm
half
probably
damage.
not going to.
Sorry.
Luckily, you've got more HP. than
Phoebus
the
No,
rest
that's
of
a natural 20, so
Woo!
it's 22.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so half damage. I guess I just roll
2d6.
2d6. That's it. I don't roll the 1d4.
The
You
1d10
still do the 1d4 for, or 1d10 for the hit, the 2d6 for the
is separate.
explosion.
Yeah, the
Yes.
d10 is separate from the d6.
Yes.
What if I go gunslinger?
Ooh,
for
okay,
this
so
guy?
that's 7.
7
So
damage.
you do turn on homebrew and use my homebrew.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But I realized I was thinking about my next turn and what to do. I was like, oh yeah, and then flick my gun. That is literally
That
just a great
is
point flourish.
sweet. Okay, so
Wait, nope, it's a spell. It can't do
9.
that.
9
Okay,
damage.
9.
9, half to 4 for you, Phoebus.
Yeah, samurai.
4.
4 damage.
It's nice.
This red dragon is starting to look hurt and bloodied. As like bloating ice knife, boom, 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 slashing into this. This dragon, while still training on you, Nick, with the coin, is now starting to look much more labored in breath. Esmeralda, good turn though. Everything flicking out with the knives and ice knife from your corner. That then makes Barbosa. You start coming. Esmeralda, you're also hearing at the end of your turn a lot more screams are happening throughout this city. Like noise is amplified elsewhere.
Okay.
Barbosa,
Oh, my
that makes
turn.
you.
Great. I'm going to use my movement to get between the red dragon and the blue dragon.
So
Not provoking opportunity attacks.
give me a quick acrobatics, just like because
to get
you would
up
have to
that.
like leap the table and the bodies real quick.
Understandable. Let me see what my.
Because there's still a dwarf dude that's like passed out on fire.
That is a
And
23.
he's on
23, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and my thought.
Boom.
Oh wait, that would be leaving the blue dragon's area if I want to flank.
If you were right now,
Don't
you,
go right there.
Yeah.
Behind the red dragon?
Behind the red dragon, you well, let me check.
You're kind of leaving us in the.
No, the blue dragon has enough of that range just at a curve. You
You're
wouldn't
at
leave
the
either.
Corner of
Great, I'm
You're
gonna
at
do
the
that
corner
to,
bolt.
to help with the
Okay,
flanking.
Perfect.
Great.
Also, DM, now that there's another person nearby, the little red orangey dragon has disadvantage on any attack made against them stuff that's not me.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh.
Because you unwavering marked it.
Sorry. Meaning, so I'm just gonna do that little flourish, jump around. I
And
need to
shoot
get better at
yourself
that.
in the head.
No,
Boom, boom,
uh,
bullet goes through the like empty skull.
Skull. Oh well. Shoot the blue dragon. Use my rapier. cut the red
And
dragon.
cut
in
the
the
red
back.
dragon.
So,
Good stuff.
The red dragon I have advanced with since the flanking.
The flank.
And okay, the black is
I
gonna be from
think
blue
you
dragon.
technically mirror with blue because the launch pad's still
That's
there.
true,
yeah!
you're flanking
I get
with the blue
advantage with
ones.
both.
You've got a good flank advantage. You three actually, yeah. Launchpad,
Okay, that
Barbosa, and
is-
Phoebus have a good flank going on.
14 for the first one.
14 unfortunately misses against the red dragon. Boom. Misses, clinks off.
Oh, that's
Or
for
the
red
blue dragon that you're
That's
shooting
for
at.
the blue dragon.
Yep.
Okay, and for the red dragon,
One with advantage.
exactly. Math. I can do math. 19.
19 hits on the red
So
dragon.
that's. Oh, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna try to intimidate it. Then.
Oh, try to do the fear thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
with
see.
Form of dread. So it's got to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
DC 14 on a whiz.
Also, it takes 10 points of damage.
Interesting. You guys watch. Barbosa, you slam into the red dragon, like, rip through flesh and scale on the tail. As this dragon looks at you, you get the definite feeling, though, as its pupils shrink in fear of you. Definitely, though, has that fear on you. That succeeded as it failed. Save. The dragon does not want to be anywhere near you, or you, basically, is not loving it.
We got
but its eyes immediately swivel back to Nick, though.
Okay, that's fine.
Throw the coin.
Throw that coin.
I dare it to damage Nick.
Mike Wazowski, that is you.
I get a free bonus action attack on it if it does with advantage.
It's true.
Ooh.
Can I just tell from a glance which one is looking more unhappy with its
Kind of
life?
at the glance, the red is looking worse than the blue, but both are looking terrible right now. Neither one are having a good time.
Sorry, I still can't get over the
Okay,
idea of a
your dice are
clownfish
over here, bud.
with black gangster tattoos.
Marlon with the goth eye bag is like, it's not a phase.
No,
Like
please.
those
Monster
cursed
energy.
Shrek images.
This is
but
not
with Marlon
funny. This is
coming up.
serious. It's not a phase. And I know funny. I'm a clownfish.
I'm funny.
They're all just going to laugh at me.
I like how
How's
you're
your
wearing
body?
orange. Did you coordinate that?
I actually did.
It
I
looks
coordinated
fun.
The
I
black,
love it.
the white, and the orange
I love it.
today.
Yeah,
Good
I
stuff.
actually do have a Barbosa
Okay,
hat at home, but I
so
realized
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't no longer fit my head.
use
Yeah. So
For
I got the
my-
next best thing. That got
second level spell slot.
Yes.
I am going to do Dissonant Whispers on the little blue guy.
Dissonant whispers. Oh, I love it. You. Okay, let's see. It's got to make that wisdom save.
And if you speak primordial, you understand all of them, but you can specialize in some.
Save throw. Your save DC.
Did you speak on what are they
On a success, it's going to take half.
Oh, wait,
a-
doesn't he have to move? To the
Um,
dragon?
No, Dissonant Whispers has a 6-foot range, actually. Racking Terrible Melody. This dragon fails its saving throw.
Which one?
The blue dragon.
Wait,
Here's
does that make it,
3d6.
What does that do
Oh
to
my
it?
goodness.
It's going to be psychic damage.
That
Um,
is smart.
and basically on even if it has it's basic. It must use its reaction if able to move as far as its speed allows away from Mike.
Before it attacks me.
Yeah, because it's a reaction. So basically, Launchpad, Marlin,
Oh, no.
and Barbosa, you guys are about to get opportunity attacks as this thing has to use its reaction to move away. So how much damage are we looking at though on the blue guy?
The coin.
No.
Punch
well,
him.
I rolled for the coin. It's not my turn.
Chuck
I
it across
rolled-
the room.
No, I had
Quite
I had a
low.
plan that
Three
requires.
dice.
9 with the
to
9 though.
stay there.
Already, this dragon's not only looking bloodied now.
Well, what's
The dragon
9 plus 10?
flips, flies away
21.
5,
That's what I
10,
got.
15, 20, 25 to perch up here.
I got a 16 to hit.
16 to hit.
not
Misses, unfortunately.
I got a 21 on my.
That's going to hit with your rapier. And
Wait, did it fly
Marlin.
past me?
Could I just?
It did. Oh, yeah, because this thing
Oh
with
my-
that
Your
Distant
attack,
Whispers
Diggy.
is having used full distance. It's trying to get as far away from Mike.
And that
Okay,
is-
actually.
Could
that's
I just do
not-
my opportunity
Third-
attack with the tentacles and just bypass the roll to hit?
Yes, you can. Yeah, just a
13
quick
points
smack.
of damage from
13
that rapier.
points on your rapier.
And that's another 8
I did
points
not
for the
hit.
tentacles.
Oh,
It bounced off a natural 20 on the way
boom!
too.
Slams up.
Ooh.
This thing perches up. It's looking hecka on death's door. This thing is
Wait a minute.
bleeding out like labored breath. But as
I
you all
haven't
try, It's not looking great at all. Good job, though, Mike, on the Distant Whispers.
Yeah, and then my bonus action, I'm just gonna kind of give a thumbs up at Phoebus.
Ah!
Thumbs up, Phoebus. Phoebus gets that point of inspiration.
I like how he's just like, "Eh."
I just love the image
Mike,
Mike
good
Wazowski
turn.
giving you a thumbs up.
Launchpad, that actually makes
Yeah.
your turn. This dragon, like, rips through, flies away. You try to swing out at it with the face. It keeps going.
Try not to kill Blue.
As you're sitting here,
Oh, I'm
Asleep.
it's your turn. The dragons are looking at Nick, and both look really bad.
On the way, I'm
You
gonna
should
run over
hold
to
your-
one of the
You should
dragons
hold your turn. I have something.
and grab Marlin.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Marlin, you do your thing as I. Is right here good enough for you, man?
Throw
No, yeah,
it.
that's fine. That's fine. What I'm going to do is,
Throw the fish.
I'm casting Magic Stone.
Oh no.
I have a little pebble within my bag, and I'm just going. Shh, shh, shh. There. Daddy's here.
Oh my gosh.
And I touch the pebble, and it lights up.
That's so aggressively sad.
All right, Launchpad, take this pebble and throw it at one of the dragons.
Makes you
Can I
want
use
to throw it.
strength instead of dex at all?
Yes,
You
yeah.
use his modifier. with
Yeah,
Magic
oh.
Stone. You
It's
use
true.
His attack
What's your
modifier.
attack modifier?
His spell
with
attack.
magic?
Plus
'Cause
4.
It's +4 with it being a spell.
Okay, I throw it over the red dragon's head and hit the blue dragon with it.
Hit the blue dragon.
Doink.
Someone else, that tag.
Mind you, this pebble is
So go ahead and, yeah,
marble-sized,
roll,
so it's so
add
tiny.
+4 to it.
It's fish tiny.
17.
70 hits. Go ahead and roll 1d6 plus 2.
And is this my action?
Yes, but this
okay.
is a good action.
4.
Perfect, just enough. You grab this pebble, like reach in the bag, pull out this glowing wet stone,
It's so
It's like
tiny.
It's so
fish
tiny.
tank size.
boom, and
Fish tank.
through the dragon head, collapses. This blue dragon is down.
We didn't rehearse that. What was that?
I know, but it was awesome. Woohoo! We did it. Oh yeah.
The blue dragon is gone.
Jake,
Uh,
I'm telling you not blue.
Martin Launchpad, you still have some movement though on your guys' turn. It's a little metagame. But
Sorry,
yes,
I am
you do
sorry.
have though movement if you guys want to move elsewhere in the bar right now. For either of you.
Now, Launchpad, let's finish the job and move over to the other dragons.
Bully the red ones. Wait, I switched into a Bakugo.
You guys all start
We're almost there,
surrounding
buddy.
the red dragon.
Bonus action. I can't do anything.
I don't think because you're raging. The rage is kept up.
Could I bonus action?
Yes, you could. You still have a bonus action.
Okay.
Going good.
I'm just going to bonus action. Am I allowed to do another Curse of the Bloated Agony?
How many blood maladies
I think
do you
you've
have?
only done
It'll be
one.
under your blood
Yeah.
maledics.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can do another one.
You have
Mhm.
2?
I think so. Yeah, level 3.
Yeah, level
Is
3
it
you have
based
two.
on proficiency bonus? Or?
It is not. It's a class.
It's a
something
class
else.
thing.
Are you
What am I
full
missing?
blood hunter?
Oh, excuse me. You only have one
should only
per
have one.
short
Oh, really?
rest. One per short rest.
you're
It'll be under blood maledict in your action.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So yeah, you have that one. So you would have to short rest to get that
yeah. Okay.
Start with all sleep.
back. Martin takes a quick old nap.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
you're
he
right.
is in a bag. He
I'm just going to summon another tentacle then for my bonus action.
Another tentacle out.
He's got 3 legs.
It's got 3 legs.
Yeah.
Gross. That makes Nick wild.
Eli
Roll
man
the
once had 3
coin.
eyes.
My new plan is to survive. So
Objective.
Survive.
if I use if the red dragon gets his flame breath back and flame breaths me, I'm imagining using the blue dragon as cover.
Trying to
So,
get half cover
the
from a dragon
corpse
body.
So, I'm imagining like wrapping myself up in a wing, and normally dragon scales are not easy to catch on fire.
Normally, unless they're doused in grease, yeah, it's hard to just
Which
light.
this one is not.
That's
So
why
I
it's
will
not.
move over to the blue dragon.
5, 10, 15.
Behind the blue dragon.
I'll
Give me an
just like,
acrobatics
roll
just
the
to
coin.
climb up and around the stairs.
Oh, I have
You're still
fast
on the
climbing, I
clock.
think, or
Oh.
something from Thief.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
yes, yes,
you
yes.
do have second story work, meaning he can just climb
He's a
free.
thief.
I will say, you can use, an action to
Yeah.
basically try to wrap yourself in and around this dragon.
Yeah, I wanna, and I'm gonna yell at it like, "Come after me, you lizard brain!"
Are you taunting the
Turns
beast?
towards it. Impressive turn. Foo, foo, foo. Run up. You still have the coin.
I'm going to
Or-
flash it like tauntingly.
Ooh, try to get its
I'm gonna
attention.
try and get it to come to me.
Wait a minute, that'll.
Phoebus, that makes you then. As you coming up, you start pulling the wings over as safe as you can, hoping for the best.
Time to hit it.
Time to hit.
Advantage from flanking.
You do. There's like 4 people right here.
Aha. That is 1 cocked and 1 natural 1, so that's that's a 22.
Oh, can I use the dodge? Take the dodge action?
Yes, that will also help as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
After combat.
Gotcha.
22 to hit.
22's gonna
Alright,
hit this
so
guy.
it's marked again,
Mhm.
and we'll take
I just realized I hadn't used my action.
Yeah.
6 slashing damage.
6 slashing damage.
And I need-
Boom! Rips across. This dragon's looking pissed at you, Phoebus.
Good. Good.
But
Can I yell one more time?
you can.
Getting hit by humans, you're pathetic!
Now, what do you mean by that?
Vicious mockery.
I don't think he's human.
The fire.
There's
Uh,
a fish,
Can I use
a
unlucky?
human, and a giant pelican. I
If
don't
I
think
You have one where you
Wait,
succumb.
wait,
I'm
wait.
gonna make
I-
it so that he rolls with disadvantage.
On what?
No, I don't.
Regaining.
That
The
one's
real-
not a d20.
That's
No,
not a
I am
D20.
holy.
Okay,
It's,
a d6, unfortunately.
That's all good.
The fire breath has recharged.
Oh,
Schnuckers!
But you're more than 15 feet away in the cone.
He should probably move closer to it.
I think he's got it. He
Yeah,
wants to
I
hit
think,
you.
I think he should come a bit closer.
But that means
Attack of opportunity.
Barbosa and Launchpad, you're gonna have
What about Marlin?
And Marlin.
and Marlin, yeah. Phoebus, you won't because you're
Correct,
still there.
that's the next
I'll
one.
I would get
die.
advantage on melee attack rolls, would I?
If you're raging, yes.
if you're raging,
If
yes.
you reckless on your turn, you can't
Oh yeah,
reckless
yeah.
enough
It's like an
to
on your
attack.
turn where you're like, I'm gonna hit and really
Zelda
try to
boss
hit.
style, you really try. And,
But yeah, all
yeah,
three of you
obviously,
can
yeah,
use a
just
reaction
everything.
right now to basically just punch at this thing as
18.
it goes. 18
18.
hits.
11 points of damage.
11 points.
Could I just do the attack with the tentacles again?
Yes, you can.
23.
Hope for
23
3
hits.
attacks of opportunity.
And
just
I-
like.
it says,
That was
I re-chose.
Okay, that was really smart.
Yes. That's the question I had. Can I reflavor instead of slashing damage, claws? Can I do bludgeoning
Yes.
damage?
Bludgeoning, of course.
That is
yes.
Alright.
a lot cooler.
It took 5 damage.
5 damage.
That's
one more. I had one more
16.
thing. It says when I take the action with it, I can basically melee attack again. Does that apply to this? Let me read it to you.
Yes, because you're using a reaction to take an attack. And so I think you're right, but yeah, let's read because it should be then when you're attacking.
Each of your hands transforms into a
Yes, that's
claw, which you can use as a
I
weapon.
don't just have unwavering marks.
It
But
deals
I'm giving
1d6
Sentinel
plus
Knights,
4
so
slashing
I'm
damage on a hit.
whenever
Once
I'm
on
doing
each
a
of your
save.
turns, when you attack with a claw using the attack action, you can make one additional claw attack as part of the same action.
I'm gonna say this because it's part of your turn. Normally you'd already use it with your reaction. It's like still before your next turn. I would allow that.
Okay.
Since
Does
it's
that hinder my regular turn at all?
no, not at all.
Slightest? Okay.
Because it's something where it's like you're using it. I mean, it's a weird circumstance. Usually you're gonna use it on your turn, but it's like you saved it for your reaction.
Okay.
Um,
I will go ahead.
holy
and,
crap.
Roll to hit again.
Did you take any
Second
damage?
one fails.
Not
I
yet.
think.
Second one fails.
13.
Wait, aren't you at 1
13.
HP?
Yeah.
1 HP. This could do it. I'm not even lying.
Wait.
5 damage.
Do you need me to get you the coin I
5
have?
damage. Nick, this dragon, like walking up to you, slash, looks you in the eye.
I'm kind of like peeking out at it.
As Launchpad, you reach out, bonk, as hard as you can.
Minimum damage.
Boom.
Yes!
And before the fire breath can take attack on the reactions,
That's disgusting.
boom!
I hate them.
Dragon goes down.
Yes!
You are all out of initiative. This bar is on fire.
alive!
Let me make a quick roll. Yes.
And we have a tail to tell.
This
I immediately go over like.
fire
hop over
has
the bar.
spread to this table, mid on this, and
We're out of
Stairs.
initiative, right?
you are out of initiative.
Can you
It's
make water?
I'm gonna cast Create Water.
just- Gotcha.
idea.
And with this bar, you can easily range it to do the rain to put out any fire. Boom, 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 boom.
Can I
Boom,
take
boom,
out the blue dragon's teeth and all of its valuables?
Actually, can I do the
Ew.
same for the green dragon since those acid?
Yes, you can.
Because like Imagine
yeah,
how much that
go
could
ahead,
fetch
both
for
of
a
you
couple
give
goes
me
by lever.
sleight of hand to start like trying to like get teeth and claw out.
I am
I'm
not
gonna jump
doing
over the
that,
bar and make a
actually.
medicine check on the bartender.
I would
Smart.
like to
I'm
do so
dead
to
are
any
these
of
other
the drunk
guys.
people as well.
Go ahead and make that medicine check.
Will I be able to like try this again and again if I fail this first one?
No, it's something where it's like you might be able to get something out, but this is gonna show
I
how
would like to
easy
give
it is.
help
21.
for the medicine check.
Yes, he says
21.
21.
Oh, just
Bartender,
tell me what to do.
You
No,
help.
stop
This
the
is gonna
bleeding.
give him advantage on this next one.
Here. Okay, and I'm just going to the closest
stop
guy.
it.
And on that
Advantage
last
for
one,
my side.
Esmeralda, he has stabilized. He's not dead. You see his breathing.
Not what I was thinking, but
Joints. He is still out, but he is not going to die.
Phoebus,
What?
do you have perhaps a medicine kit?
I'm working on these lovely lads right now. As this next one close to me, Launchpad gave me the help action, so that is a 14. But I'm going to expend Bardic Inspiration as well to make it a 15.
Stopping the bleeding. Stopping
Go
the
for it.
bleeding.
No, wait a minute. I could help that with skill. I do it. Okay, I know what I'm doing.
So on the
next.
first guy, 15 on his medicine check
I
right
can
there.
give
the guy
myself
at
a
the
free.
table.
15, that's gonna help that
3d6
guy?
to any skill check twice per.
What
This
the
guy's
heck?
stabilized.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
long
going to
rest
turn.
from being
Stabilize the rest of them.
undead,
Stop their bleeding.
Basically, like
Give them help. Give them
memories from a
water.
past life.
And I'm going to run outside and find Achilles and find the local guard.
You run out, and Phoebus, as you run out, you see surrounding this building 2 different phalanx of Tabaxi warrior, each claw out, pointed. As you immediately run out, you see there is a Tabaxi woman in the front, tabbyish fur, glinting golden eye, immediately just like, state purpose!
Purpose? I am Captain Phoebus of the Sumani Guard. We have quelled the dragons that have attacked this inn, but we need aid. They are wounded.
Boom, boom. She raises a paw. Immediately, you guys see other Tabaxi start coming in.
I've started piling people on me as I'm using Goliath as my base stat.
You-
Yes.
Yes, you start putting all of these
Can
people
I start
on.
trying to pull the bartender out from behind the bar?
Yes, and a Tabaxi's gonna help you pull this bartender on. As you guys are going, though, Phoebus, you come in. Again, everyone is stabilized. Thanks for those quick medicine checks and getting. No one died.
Yes.
What did you guys get on your
Pacifist
dragon
route.
checks?
14.
Except, you know, we killed
9.
dragons.
9. Nothing's really coming out because, like, as you're pulling out, it's like breaking off in the teeth. These don't seem to be strong teeth, as these seem to be younger dragon
Oh,
wolves.
can I
They're
take
not.
their eyes?
Actually, those can use as spell components.
You can get. I will say it's like on what you guys got. You get enough of like what I would call a base dragon spell components that might be able to help with spells in the future. Whether it's like eyes, guts, like
yeah.
half of teeth, but nothing that could be made into big stuff. Yes, Shane, you have something.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, like, before people started piling in, I was just gonna, like, snag my like, gear.
Yes, he says. You snag your stuff, make sure it's all there.
The red one was a bit beefier. I think that after we go to the blue and green ones, we both kind of like, and then we both start sprinting to the
Just
red
like-
one.
I actually
They're both on like
started
one
running
side.
We
upstairs
work
and
it-
trying to get
wait
to
a
the
minute.
top floor, seeing if
We
anyone
work with-
upstairs was injured.
Yes, what you will see is on your way upstairs, people had jumped out the windows. And you don't see where they are, but you see glass had shattered out as whatever patrons were up there immediately left, again with the fire and everything.
I
I'm
saw
gonna
this in a movie.
start
Something went
looking
out
for
and not in.
anybody.
Okay.
Um,
that
you
just
start
better
looking-
do.
Phoebus,
Let's-
you
well,
see this.
We don't have to
Exactly.
worry
Tabaxi
about them.
woman.
They're fine.
What are you people doing here?
Simply coming into town on leave for the first time in 6 years, and it seems my help is needed here.
You see, she reaches inside of her armor, pulls out a gem, boom, 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 triggers something. You see her amber eyes glow blue for a second, scans the room. Then you will all be coming with me for questioning. For the
And you know
necromantic
it.
teleportation magic we have sensed here. For the sense of evil coming off of you two, and for the possession of a cursed magical item.
Now that is rather rude.
Nonchalantly
This is-
point
I
at fish.
earned this cursed magical item.
I would like,
That's not how you go about
my
negotiating.
She
My
puts the
badge.
gem back in.
as Captain Phoebus, this mighty guard.
Does Esmeralda have a badge?
No.
No.
I didn't think so.
Not
Where
yet.
is there any more fighting or injured or places in which need assistance now? I have a horse and I can get there to aid.
You will be able to retrieve your horse immediately. You are coming with us by order of the king and
Very
his
well.
advisors.
Oh, it's that
Does
serious.
Esmeralda hear all of this?
Yes, you are all hearing this as you quickly realize the Tabaxi, the first phalanx of Tabaxi have taken the wounded, those that were coming in so Launchpad, they help you unload. Immediately though, as they're gone, the other phalanx, you are all surrounded at least by 2.
I'm upstairs.
You are upstairs right now. I'm gonna make a quick
She doesn't realize what's happening. She's honestly
You
just looking
don't.
for people.
Right now, so yes, 2 Tabaxi are going to come up to check, so they will see you and find you, unless you were to try to stealth and not be
I'm
found.
kind of half considering it because she doesn't understand what's
If you want, you have a half a second. You hear guards coming up the stairs, because right now, where you're at, you would.
No, but that's gonna make us look bad.
It might look bad in
It's
the
gonna
eyes of
look
law.
bad. No, it's instinctual for her to want to hide. However, she's going to fight that instinct.
The guards, what you're noticing, they're not mad. This isn't oh, you're under arrest, but it's you have to come with us because of what's happening. As you guys are taken,
And we're able to get.
Okay,
Phoebus,
I'm out of
right?
my form of dread since that lasts a minute. That would be very horrible.
yes, Barbosa, as the guards have come in, you have already bamfed
Um,
That would've been
and
very
they let me
awkward,
Get
just-
Achilles, right?
out. No, they're not letting you get
living
Achilles.
Let me get
bones,
Achilles?
You,
Hello?
it's she said you can get Achilles after.
Well, he's a good horse. He'll follow pretty quickly. He's slightly down the street.
It's
Yes.
kind of a big ask. I feel like they're gonna try and steal the platinum piece. Can I try and find another platinum piece?
Or to hide your platinum piece.
Try to hide. I will say
That would
you
be
can
a
make
better
me.
decision.
It's a big ask, but yes. Make me a deception roll
Okay.
if you're trying to hide it, or we could say you could be trying for a stealth to find a different planet of hey, I'd rather have something at least.
Yeah.
It's a twofold of I don't want this to go, but I do, but I want money.
Well,
Oh,
my main
wait a
thing is
minute.
how did they know that it was the curse? How did they find it?
How to, you see again,
Actually-
it could be a spell.
Ooh.
Because you're seeing basically this Tabaxian, she looked at the coin with blue eyes, and the blue eyes are starting to fade.
So what I would like to do is kind of find a platinum piece. I want to locate a platinum piece.
Yes.
And then just switch them out, and then come back and get the cursed one later.
Gotcha. Okay. This would be
Wait a
a
minute.
investigation.
Cursed-
You're trying to
cursed
check
gold.
the bar, or people okay, what's a platinum piece I could swap
Yeah.
to then swap out?
All right, investigation. I'm gonna use my last thing of lucky for this.
Haha.
A 3 and a 4.
3 and a 4. There are no
I'll
platinum
keep
pieces.
On the
I'll
topic,
keep all of it.
They are not taking the platinum. What you see is as 2 Tabaxi come to you, they're basically escorting you. They're not taking the platinum. You can still hold it, but
Okay.
they're also not letting you put it away. It's more that keep it
I'll
out.
hold it out.
And as Esmeralda's being escorted down, because she's freaking out because, once again, PTSD.
Lots of guards, yeah.
She's gonna cast a message towards Phoebus to be what's going on? What's happening? Why
Can
are
I respond with message?
Yes,
Yes.
message you
Oh,
can
perfect.
respond.
The orders of the king. We are to report to the palace.
What?
Don't make a fuss. It should work out all right, seeing as we have our identification. There's a bigger
Question.
problem here than there was in Sumani.
While this
Yes.
is going on, can I try to hide the 20 gold payday I got for my liver?
Oh, yes, you can. Give me a just brief stealth.
Okay,
George,
I'm
this is
gonna
my little
use
stuffed it up
my
as a
knowledge from a past life for this. Add a d6 to the roll,
Okay.
and that is 15 plus dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you well hide. It's up and under part of a vest. So that way on
I
a
do wear a
coin-
vest when I do this.
So if they were to get hired, they might be able to find it, but on a 20, it's pretty well hidden. All of you are escorted out of the bar. Launchpad, you're able to hold Marlin, and I'll say, Marlin, you can like have your tentacles come back, depending on like.
Yeah,
don't look
tentacles and a
sus.
skeleton.
I don't want them to know.
Sorry.
that I have magics.
Yes. You are seen very easily. Unfortunately, as you like go, you try to like maybe go out like that back window. It's like that looks bright, and like a tabaxi like comes up to you. Sir, are you going somewhere?
The grocery store.
You can go to the grocery store after the king.
I think that's a wise
Is
idea.
the bartender up and awake?
He has just been taken away by the other phalanx. With the other, because again, no one is dying. They were all
Yeah,
stable.
is he getting questioned or is he getting
Medical attention.
medical
He's not
attention?
getting.
As I pass, I'll be like, Bucky, and I'm gonna hand him a gold. When you can, bring Achilles to the palace.
He's sick.
Send someone.
He's sick.
Not him,
The barkeeper. He's trying to be like, bring me
Can
my
I-
horse.
Get
Can I,
someone
like,
to bring me my horse.
Poke him with like healing word and like my stuff too.
Yes, of course. Ow.
And gold piece.
He is still feeling the shock. You give him that gold piece, he will try to find you.
He was just electrocuted.
As
should be
you
fine.
all exit the tavern, what you see is Magencia right now
What?
is in chaos. Walking through the streets, you are seeing plumes of smoke elsewhere. Launchpad, on that very keen ear, way back with that nut 20 in the beginning, the beating of wings is gone, which is good. But you are all seeing in these early hours of the day, which most of you actually realize it is now turned to day already. Escorting through the
While we're
streets,
walking,
yes.
If I'm able to find Finnick.
Oh yeah, make me an investigation check.
12.
12. On a 12, you're not seeing him, but again, it might be that like he might be not. You are like surrounded by official Magencian guard right now, which doesn't look great.
I'm going to repeatedly
I just remembered.
hand signal Thieves' Cant where we were and where all the dead bodies are.
You get someone to see you.
Well, no one died.
No one died though, thankfully. Yeah.
Oh,
All
well,
those people are now getting medical attention.
On the topic of checking,
I'm
can I
gonna
make
tell
a
where to
giant
ransack.
software.
Can I make a quick investigation for not human Jack, monkey Jack, because I'm still looking.
You
for
are
the
still
two
looking
Jacks.
for your monkey. Go ahead
Both
and
I
make that
just
roll.
realized
Can I
that
make an
Esmeralda has a
investigation
goat.
on my son?
Yes.
Pet goats?
He could be with Achilles
Goes
right
with
now.
Tyler.
It is like in
I
the
almost
stable.
forgot about him.
Let's not forget the pet goats.
Let's
11.
not forget Kid is his name.
Where is there we are. For you guys real quick,
Sometimes.
as you are coming through Magencia,
18.
you guys were in the southwest quadrant. You were actually almost on the cusp of the rich areas of town, maybe for reasons, right? But it's coming up from here. You are winding your ways up to Petrum Superbia, to the main castle. As you are going through, again, there's a lot of people everywhere. You're seeing a lot more of these civil servants again, like the basically firefighter, cop, like lower level stuff. People are running everywhere. Every so often, you actually see like a figure flying through the sky, like with what seems to be wings, but like they don't seem positioned right on its back, as well as the woman you saw before leaping rooftop to rooftop. As you all approach the castle, you come in through the southern gate. Coming on in immediately, though, the Tabaxi they speak quickly in Uncommon, which I think some of you know. Uncommon. It's basically the language of animals in this world.
Yeah.
Or undercommon. Undercommon. excuse me.
Language are kind of
Should I add that?
You should add that. Yes, it's something. Just take it for free. It's something that like it's a basic like
I know
most
4
animals,
languages then.
which is wild being launchback. But it's something that most animalistic races, undercommon is something that most people speak as the Tabaxi. So launchback, you hear this Tabaxi just take them down
I have
into
it as
the
well. I have them.
western dungeon area. We will speak to them in an hour.
Is the walk long enough for a short rest?
No. So
Okay.
fun fact, this walk was only about a half hour
Okay.
as they were quick stepping you guys through.
Sweet.
I would like to continue repeating
Yes,
Thieves' Cant.
I hear you.
Ransack Ducklings. Ransack
Duckling.
Ducklings.
Yes, I did.
Listen.
We're gonna have to understand what that's gonna be about.
I don't do well
Listen.
in the dark.
Hey,
That's fine. I can lead your way. I can see through.
I'm gonna make a roll.
Listen,
You can't take my hand.
laddie. Can I call you laddie?
But
Oh,
this,
that's
the only
good
thing
stuff.
you have to fear of the dark is
But-
the dark itself.
We're
As you
sorry,
guys
we're
are
not
approaching
interested. Don't
these
trust him. Bad news.
western to
sorry, I'm
southern
bad.
areas of the
What do you
main
call
castle.
yourself?
You guys do see though a messenger runs forward to the Tabaxi woman with you, immediately whispers something in her ear, says, "Immediately, all right." As with that check, immediately you are turned around and headed centrally into the main parts of the castle. Not waiting the hour. Interesting.
Are
Okay.
we being held, like, against our will? Or are we,
It's more
free to
like-
move?
They're escorting us.
Escorted as
witnesses.
persons of interest. Right
Okay,
now.
so we're not being, like, arrested.
No, this isn't like a.
Good.
They were
because-
taking judgment just because it's like a can we put them there. On the roll, stuff is still happening, so it's now a okay. We're gonna meet with them now.
Question.
Yes,
Has King Arthur ever been to Sumani, and have I ever met him?
you would not have met
Okay,
Arthur
perfect.
because some of the only times he's been has been very brief diplomatic.
Okay, sweet.
But
I do know Snow
you
and
would
Mr. Incredible.
you wouldn't have that clout, so to speak, of like.
Of course you do.
Well, it's like
Who
you're
doesn't
not
know
like
Mr. Incredible?
super
He's a
high
good
up
guy.
in the armies,
Yeah.
but it's something where it's like Mr. Incredible, who's the hero of Somani with his armies currently there, and Snow, Council Princess. Oh yeah, fun
Yeah, I
fact:
keep
the guy
forgetting
that plays
about
Mr.
that.
Incredible has an army of gnolls and undead.
I keep forgetting about that. I need to get
He's
my
a much
crew if I'm gonna-
scarier person. But as you guys come in, you are taken not to what you would think is the main throne. You are taken to an antechamber meeting room.
Okay.
As coming in, this room is a light with torches and different spellwork of glowing orbs. Coming in, you see the double doors here burst open. You see a wide array of persons where immediately on the leftmost side you see a large Azamari man, wings draped across his back, intricate woven metal headdress, and glowing blue tattoos across his face and neck. Coming across, you see a shorter dwarven man, round spectacles on the bridge of his nose, but in full plate armor with an impressive battle axe across his back. You see a no, you don't see that person. You see, sorry, had to remember who's here currently. You do then next see a elven woman who seems to be dressed finely, but not as finely as the first two. These are just like very elegant robes, no battle stuff, but just there. And finally, in the center of these three of four persons, you see what seems to be a young 15, 16-year-old boy. Sitting there in ripped, burnt clothing with a crown on his head, an intricate, just simple brass crown. And he has two persons behind him. One in a pointed cap, blue robes. The other, make me a history check, Nick. The other, you see a woman with frizzed hair coming out every which way in more green robes, and her eyes seem to be looking every which way on parchment she's holding.
Oh no. I got a 19.
Woman looks grossly familiar.
Oh.
As
I'm
you,
triggered.
you are very triggered. As you come in, immediately a lot of this talk dies down. As this Tabaxian, Your Majesty, I bring forth the current persons of interest and leading suspects in the ongoing investigation. You see this kid looks up, just, thank you, Sir Robbie. Please tend to the rest of the castle.
Your Majesty.
What is considered a child?
What is considered a child? You have seen this person looks almost as tall as you.
Hold on.
Like
Hold on.
much smaller. But
Mine.
you see, whereas he is not as tall as like
Oh no.
I think Phoebus and Barbosa in this like adult men. This is a smaller person, still very lean and almost a slight muscular. You can tell that this is still a fighter, but not as like old. Like no beard, very close cut hair, but looks very very dragged, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Just in the fact that I still think children are toxic.
You
And
do.
Oh my
I don't know if
goodness.
that's like
This looks
10, like
That is
11
so
down, or
funny.
if that's
Literally
like
toxic.
right now. He could be on the cusp of losing his toxicity. As you're like, okay, this isn't a child that we normally scare, but this isn't a full adult yet.
Like he's at the point
That's like-
where the
Uh,
door's
can I roll insight on what he's thinking?
We've kneeled. by the
You
way.
could, yeah, because you're.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are kneeling.
I have no idea the
We
concept
should
of the
just
king.
kneel to.
Oh,
so
you
that
don't.
we're
Yeah,
kneeling.
you don't. Marlon, you're a fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna kneel down as well because like I
Very
know how to
willing,
deal with
I'm-
royalty
Esmeralda
because of the
is
Brethren
definitely
courts,
doing
and I'm like,
her
you
usual
never
Christmas
You
does.
see, though,
Respect the
Arthur
king.
just
in his
please
I got 14 on you.
rise.
Like what you-
He asks you all the rights. You see the other persons in the room. These other 5 people besides Arthur are all looking at you with varying levels of interest and what seems to be distrust.
I would like to
You
nudge
see,
Mike and
the
say,
woman in the
"Stick
more
with me."
greenish robes, the very frizzed hair, is looking very wild, and you even see every so often one eye almost like goes back down to the paper, like in the looking at you all.
Is there any way I can roll history or anything to know who this is?
You could, like, I would say, do a group history. You had that first history just
I would
for one
know.
person. The rest of you, though, can do a general history of, like,
This
who are these people?
This would be a good time to use my other
I'm just
vested
staring at
memories
her.
from a past life because maybe before I
Nah.
No.
Hold
Nat
on,
20!
hold on, hold on,
We're
hold
far
on,
from
hold on.
Kansas.
Can we legally say that?
Kansas? Unless you're talking about the 8th layer of Tartarus known as Oz, but, like, Kansas is a
Wait, what?
subsidiary of that layer, but no.
History, you said?
History.
Let's
That's
just say
a
rides from
dirty
rehearsal.
20.
Dirty 20. Barbosa and Esmeralda. And looking at the council, you are spotting Doc, King of the Dwarves.
Yes.
That's an easy
Oh,
one.
Doc.
Doc,
Yeah.
King of the Dwarves.
That's hilarious.
This seems to be an elven representative from China. This is not Emperor Cusco, newly named, but is in fact just like an emissary you could vibe off, right? It's like, okay,
He's mad.
you're not Cusco or his father who has recently just stepped away from the throne.
What about their
Is
advisor?
It's easy.
He's
Um,
in disguise.
But what you guys are seeing is, you guys still know who this larger Asmarian angelic person could be. It's not Peter Pan.
It's the genie.
Fun fact, I don't think it's the genie either.
Oh.
The native Asmarians of the world are
Is-
the Native Americans in this world. It's pretty fun.
Wu from Doctor Strange.
No, this is Woo
No.
from Ninjago.
You see, though, Arthur has brought you just. It's come to our attention that recently, within the past hour, there has been a robbery in the courts and in the main rooms of my advisors. Important things were taken.
I'm just looking at him.
In all fairness, I wish to hear your stories. And you can tell he's being that very fair, like, give me your side of the story.
If I may speak freely, Your Majesty, and I present my badge as well. I am Captain Phoebus of the Shamani Guard. Simply here for the new year, as we have been given leave. This is my companion Esmeralda.
Companion, jeez.
We
You haven't had a
Big
DTR? No. Yeah.
We were staying in this tavern when meeting these strange folk around us, where we all were having
Fish
dinner.
can talk.
The fish can talk. We were all having dinner.
Arthur does know they fish can talk.
Yes, it can talk.
Arthur,
but
I mean, most animals is why.
Yeah, Arthur knows about talking fish. You can tell, so he's not like weirded
Arthur's
out, but he's
talked
just
to
like
fish.
another talking fish. Okay.
Author is
Um,
talked to
The
fish.
strange cursed object in question, and I gesture to the coin he's holding up,
I
was given to us by a
tentatively
figure
like-
in a dark robe who appeared to be tiefling in nature.
The pointed hair, bearded man, immediately just like kind of lifts it out of your hand magically, brings it
I
over.
told you to
He
throw
He
the
doesn't
stupid
touch it. You
coin.
see, he is just like keeping it hovered in front of him.
I'm gonna protest like, hey, that's mine.
So
No,
Okay,
I'm going to
wait.
be staring daggers if he was
You
like,
can have it
"Don't
back
touch
as long as we make sure it's not going to blow your head
I
off.
didn't.
You see, Arthur gestures back to you though. So as his advisor is now looking at, he just like, okay, he'll look at that.
It seems that the draconic attack, they focused on whoever was holding that cursed object.
I'll
So
give
the
my
time was the
as
bartender.
accurate of a description as I can of the tiefling man, saying that he seemed familiar
Good.
and I didn't like him.
You see, Arthur has a bit of a slump, as you describe. as just we are aware of this person in Magencia. This is a known warlock and troublemaker.
I would like to pipe up and say, yeah, based on how he was acting, he just kind of came in and dropped it off.
The wizard actually seems to nod with that, just like, it makes sense. This is a simple location object.
Especially
put
seeing
in with
as how-
divine draconic and necromantic energies. Quite literally, a target on your back. You see,
And
he
you
is like
have
picked
it-
up then with his bare hands. You see, he's like licking it, like doing stuff. Thank you, Merlin.
He just dropped it off at the first table he saw, from what I could tell.
As he's looking, Arthur just so to make sure it's clear, none of you were a part of this attack
No.
and theft.
No.
Correct. We were able to help limit casualties and destruction. I believe there were no
Yes.
loss of life
No.
when we left.
We did
We
attack
need
the
that this
dragon.
night.
I would check.
Well, if you
There were a
ask
couple
me,
people
I
that did
don't
jump out
think
windows.
it's
I would check
fair
them with
that
glass.
they should be saved.
You see Arthur just like in like kind of taking it just. It is good the attack was mitigated as most of Magencia is not doing so well.
Is there anywhere else we need to go to help?
I already have my highest knights in the land working on this. In brief summary, we are not sure what has just happened as all major temples in Magencia, and you see he gestures to answer, as far as we can tell in the world, have just been attacked draconically.
What?
Esmeralda, Emil, you know, the Cathedral of Zeus is a major temple. You see...
Getting this launch pad?
We need to take you to the ocean.
Yes.
I
I've been
see.
trying to lead us there.
Sorry,
You see,
I'm
he,
not
though,
nervous.
just...
Does that mean the
I
Northern Court's been attacked? The Council of the Ninth
No,
Court?
so you see, he does say is, any major temple of the 12 Olympian gods has been
I'm just
destroyed.
gonna message to Phoebus that we need to go back.
We can't lose.
Something
another
just
power
happened in
game.
Sumaki is what you're getting. You see, though, Arthur, the dwarf leans forward. You see here is, with all due respect, Your Highness, I would like to point out, are we to trust the word of one god and many interesting characters?
Excuse me.
That's
I
a
am
polite
like-
way of putting it.
This is the
My
dwarf
silhouette
dust.
is great against a wall. You should see it.
That is a very polite way of putting it, but
Can I
yes,
pull out my
that is a
Temple of
wise
Zeus,
decision.
like the necklace that she usually
Yes, you can.
wears, and it's like from the cathedral.
This is a signet of. This is something you can only get from these kind of cathedrals. You see the elven one just. This one bears holy emblem towards the gods. I would believe we could hear them out and trust their word.
I'm just staring at the chick.
You stare at her.
Stare. It's really
You see, she is like looking at you, but like there doesn't seem to be a lot of recognition as she just like down, up, down, up, down, up.
I would like to do kind of just like hide in plain sight kind of thing.
Basically, like I'm just looking at,
Thank
and
you
she's
for
really
doing
not
that. I was
paying
gonna
attention to you.
get-
But for the rest of you, see Arthur just, as of the time being, I will then rule that I shall not take any other charge or lead in a sense against your imprisonments, as we will now go forward with the air of trust and judgment being that you are help meet and loyal of the crown.
Absolutely.
That being said,
Basically, yeah,
point to the
yeah,
thing on his head.
rule everything.
I should show you my mentor's vault.
You see though that
Regardless, it doesn't
Arthur just kindly for. But that being said, you all have intimate knowledge of the last location and images of said persons. You see, he leans back and just. If you are all willing, I'm willing to offer you a contract to Venatore. Immediately, you see the other three, not his advisors, start like protesting. Just Venatore, I must say, why would you? Slamming fist on the table. The Asmar, are we to give a contract to Venatore to a bunch of common citizens?
Excuse me.
With all due respect.
I was an employee at that bar. These guys can attest
As
to that. My livelihood was taken away from me tonight.
as common citizen, you might say, you can trust that we will fulfill your task as we are loyal to.
You see this
I do not
Asmar
agree
leans
with
down
this.
into you. This is like a 7-foot tall man. Lowers down. You see his eyes kind of blaze with like, you should do well to remember those gifted by the gods.
I know
Leans
every
back.
day.
You see Arthur just, Chief Poeton, we understand what has been lost. But in light of the situation, in light of the stretch of the armies of Magentia and the current situation, you see he nods to Merlin and the lady next to him, who just kind of like, the lady doesn't do anything, but you see Merlin just like, his little nod, as he's still licking the platinum piece.
Gross.
That is
not
murder.
it anymore.
But you see though that he just, a contract of Venatore is one that I would be willing to put you all to in terms of helping us with this person.
If he's attacked my cathedral, then yes.
To bring him in alive
Give me his name.
and
it'll be a
the
hit.
items he stole. We are willing to offer you, as a group Venator sum, 20,000 gold pieces. You actually see Merlin. Arthur go 10,000 gold pieces.
Fair.
Nods. 10,000 gold pieces to you all, with then contract out. We cannot offer singular contract on this. This is a Venatore contract to be open to the market. And sorry, I will say you probably won't know Mike or Marlin. The other for you, a Venatore contract is basically like a bounty contract. This is
I
something
know a
where it's
lot
like,
about this.
they range, dead or alive, warm or cold, magical or not. Right? He's giving you a very open, bring him back alive, what he stole, and 10,000 gold to you all.
How much is a platinum piece in gold?
10 gold pieces.
100 platinum, essentially.
100 platinum, essentially.
Collectively.
Sorry.
I'm gonna talk
No.
to King
Wait.
Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gold doesn't mean anything to me. Look, me and my
Great, then
friend
we'll
here,
cut your-
Launchpad, we're just trying to get back to my home so I can get my son back.
Then we'll
I'm
cut your
also
portion out to
so
the
I'm
profits.
looking for directions to Duckvale.
We can help you
Then
with
we'll
then
cut your
further
portion out.
directions and magic need. That can be discussed in the contract that I will offer to you. And Marlon, while you say that, I'm going to text you something.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on.
During this time, Esmeralda is trying to contact probably. I assume Quasi is still at the cathedral. Yes. Can I use message to contact him?
Message doesn't. The message
Yeah,
is.
Close range.
It's far, not the many hundreds of miles back down
I
to
think
Somani.
that's ascending.
I have also
Yeah.
Is there anyone here who can cast a sending spell?
Give me a second.
So if I pick up animal message, I'll be able to get Jack.
You get that. You see Arthur just currently right now most messaging and teleportation are down due to the deaths of the clerics in the temples. I'm working with Snow. Her conjured creation birds are the fastest form of communication. I would be willing, as part of contract, if you need a message sent, I could send something.
Yes, I need one sent to my temple immediately.
Which temple did you come from?
The Temple of Zeus, the cathedral.
You see Arthur. I do not know how to tell you this. The Temple of Zeus no longer exists.
What?
One of the first things we heard from Snow and Sumani is that the temple was razed to the ground.
A little too
We're
soon
not
for
sure
that.
currently who
Real
survived.
life.
We are willing, though, in offering this contract, not only retribution for what is lost, but of gold and magical assistance in ways we can.
You hear that, Marvin?
Yes,
I
I
need to find-
think it will be a
In
good
terms
idea.
And I'll help you too. I need to find Jack and Jack.
Do we have to?
That means nothing to me, but yes, we'll help you find persons and people.
As
Do
a
we
civil
have to
servant myself,
join the
I'm willing
group
to.
with these
Oh, no,
specific
what's-
people?
As you all are the ones that saw last person of interest, the contract is to you.
First of all, I would like my platinum piece back.
You see, oh yes, dispels magic, flicks it to you.
That is the
Is it
biggest
still
relief I've
slimy?
had all day.
It's so slimy and gross. Yeah,
It
like
still is.
it's still very slimy.
Wipe it
Oh,
off on your shirt. And
I wipe it off and
Please
I'm
tell me you
kinda
wipe it or
just-
you walk over to the bag of
So
Marlene.
I say
I wipe
with
it off
our
on
budget,
everybody.
we buy ourselves a
Oh.
plane.
Second of all,
What?
A plane.
They're metal birds, basically, and you fly on their back or inside of them.
You see Merlin immediately conjures out a bottle, cracks it against the table, puts it. Do you know about planes? Are you a chronomantic wizard? Do you come from the future?
What's the right answer here?
The answer that doesn't make me kill you.
Is that-
say no. He's unhinged.
I'm inclined to say no.
Oh, good. You don't know what planes are. Very good. You see, Launchpad, you know one of the only planes that exists in the world is McDuck's personal plane he has designed and built. Planes are not like the common mode of transportation.
I would
Sorry,
like to
sit
go
down. Don't mention anything about
go on to.
Just so you know, like,
It's
hey
Arthur
Arthur,
bringing
why
up
don't
the
you use a
contract,
round
correct?
table?
Yes.
Esmeralda's just
I heard
out.
stories.
She's zoned out at this point.
Yes.
She's trying to imagine everyone in that entire
Sorry, will you tell me? Sorry.
Second of all, if I succeed, I want to be free of her curse. And
You
I
see,
point
he
at
turned.
the
All of
Enchantress.
you turn. The Enchantress looks up. You see her eyes swivel into you. Yes. Nasty person, mean person, stealing all the things, stealing all the thieves in my town. You see her hand starts crackling with arcane energy.
Oh.
Merlin comes around, puts her hand down.
I kind of.
You see she, curse is yours, curse is yours, fine, find out what you need. Bye! Back into her den. Arthur's a... If my advisor, Morgana, has cursed you, I will have her undo it as part of the contract as well. You see, she's looking at you now with cold recognition in her eyes,
Yeah.
and she goes back to
I avert my.
One last request. If we're finding this persons of interest to capture, we might need a way to find it. Have you a ship by any chance?
Unfortunately, with the terms of the Venatore contract, we cannot offer much in ways of assistance. I can offer you, you see, he offers, Merlin pulls out 50 gold pieces as a group contract sum for base travel, and the 10,000 gold upon return of person and items. Anything though, you see he pulls out a small document. I only have one of these, but it is an official slip to authorize the terms of Venatore contract, which can help you if coming upon other royal guards or authorities of royal nature.
Yes. If he's giving it, I will be the one to hold on to that.
He basically gives you, just because you're the first person, it's like, okay, you are already a captain of guard down Sumani. So he goes, would this then be an agreeable contract to all?
Yes,
For terms of curses, gold, helping in people of messaging, but as much as we can do.
What did they steal? What are we finding?
You see, Arthur just says, I can tell you if you take the contract.
For my part, I am agreed.
This is a secret we wish to keep currently towards you. The open Venatore contract will just be for this person. For you all, it will be for the person alive plus the objects. But with this signature on a contract, you see, at this point, the elven woman has pulled out parchment. She's been writing down this whole time. Arthur grabs it, gives a right, and starts stamping with a ring. You see, just upon signing, all will be disclosed, and you will be considered official Venatore of the Crown.
All I need is to find my monkey and see that man again. I'm willing.
Cool. Everyone else?
If
I
it means I can
signed
take down whoever took down my cathedral, then yes.
Oh,
I avert
and Mark,
the
I'll
eyes
write
of
your
the
name down too.
Enchantress. I
Oh,
avoid
sorry.
her.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
Like just splash some of the water on the paper. Like how
And
does a
the
fish?
ink runs out.
I'll,
It's like,
I'll dip my hand in ink and put
Fin.
my fist. Yeah, my fin.
And you reapply ink along some of the edges.
It's not waterproof, so you go back in, it just starts clouding.
And you
I
can
have no
no
idea
longer
what's
see through
going
your
on.
back.
Magic assistance, gold, anything you need, sir.
Screams.
I'm just on sabbatical. I'm not part of the
I-
contracts department.
Then I'd be willing to give you my word as king in terms of furthering help towards your place of work in a sabbatical.
Yes.
I mean, you would know what a king is, right?
Not really. I mean,
Really?
in
Like-
Monstropolis, you
There's no
A
king
democratic
in-
republic.
Like it's
in the
just
third layer. It's
everybody
it's
does-
very.
I mean, I've
Kinda
never
what
met
they
a king,
want.
but I know what a king is.
It's something where, from where you come from, there really aren't any kings.
There's never been kings. I wouldn't know.
Don't
You
do
know of like
Monstropolis.
Merlin, the third layer of hell,
Is that what that is?
Pardon?
or Tartarus, whatever you want to call it.
Sure. That's
Use-
where I'm from.
Arthur nods Merlin. Yes, we'd be willing to
That's
speak
so
with
funny.
Monstropolis
That's so
in terms
funny.
of
Well,
help.
I'm just trying to find better screams than children's screams.
Arthur's
I
eyes
don't
are a
know
little
if I
wide.
can. I don't know if I want to do this.
Um,
anymore.
We
This
can
fellow
help.
is
Monsters in the
interesting.
closet under the bed.
Oh.
We can help you in terms of magical assistance.
Because if we could find something better, then we won't have to.
Yes, finding a different alternative to a child scream. That sounds wonderful.
Dragons
Music.
aren't as useful.
Poeton, the elven lady, and Dog the Dwarf are also all of you like.
We got a
whatever.
power crisis.
Merlin just said, screams are a very powerful form of magical energy, but not very sustainable.
See? Yeah, I can't.
They're quick, short, and then they're
Screams, and you're
Where your screams do damage
fox.
to dragons.
They're quick and short, don't last
Guys,
for long.
dragon
Keep trying to
screams
wait
are
for
not
long if you
powerful.
don't get anything out of it.
You see, though,
So I take
in terms
energy
of
from him.
Arthur is willing to help you with that. Like, I can help give some assistance.
Ceebus is
Cool.
confused.
All of you, in signing
qualified.
through the contract, putting different forms of signature, whether like a claw mark, a fish, a name, a scribble. Cam Launchpad write his own name? We're not sure.
Alright.
it's Sinbird.
No one speaks bird. Like, any Aragog spirit.
I mean, everybody's heard about the bird.
That's why I'm writing
Bird.
word for word.
Bird is.
As you all sign,
Sorry.
Arthur puts the stamp on it, hands it to you all. Just here's then the official contract of Venatory work. Here is the goal. The person we are hunting is one named a Dr. Facilier, a dark Warlockian magician who has stolen from Morgana the bound souls of one Mordu, the demon bear of Scotland, and Sean Yu, the Wanty general of the Huns. Good luck,
Sort to be my first
and with
time
that, we will
the
end our
soul of the
session for
damsel.
tonight.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. We will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.